All my life, people have told me I must be magic. Hi everyone, I'm Tanya from San Francisco. Please like and subscribe to hear my secret. I have a unique skill that makes me popular with almost everyone I meet. When people come to me for advice, I'm able to help them achieve their goals. Making the varsity soccer team, asking out their crush, acing a big test. Somehow, I was always able to get them what they wanted. In truth, there was no magic to it. I was a good listener and tried to give the best advice I could. It always just seemed to work out. Eventually, it gave me this reputation for being a miracle worker. My friend Elaine thought I should be paid for it. You really should be charging for this. I like helping people. Hey, nothing wrong with getting paid for doing what you like. By the way, my boyfriend loved the birthday gift you suggested. And we're going to the restaurant you recommended later. Try the chocolate cake. Ironically, my own life was kind of a mess. My grades were good, but not great since I was so caught up with everyone else's problems. I didn't have a boyfriend, and in general, my future seemed both uncertain and scary. Not to mention, I had the most embarrassing dad in the world. A few years back, my dad fell in a manhole on the sidewalk and sued the city. He won so much money in the lawsuit that he quit his job in big tech. Now all he does is sit on the couch and watch YouTube videos.
You gotta see this video, honey. A baby panda sneezes and scares its mom.
I have school, Dad. You have fun, though. So, that was my home life. As helpful as I was to most people, I just couldn't seem to work the same magic for me or my dad. I don't think he even wanted me to be honest. He ignored every job posting I showed him and never left the house, no matter how hard I tried. It scared me to think that I might turn out like him someday. But I always felt better when I helped someone. At school, this really agitated girl stomped up to me in the hall. I talked to my mom about spending the summer in France, and she said no. I knew I should have asked my dad instead. Everyone says your advice is foolproof. Did you give me bad advice on purpose? What? No, of course not. I would never do something like that. Maybe you misunderstood what I told you? I did exactly what you said, word for word, and it blew up in my face. You're a fraud. I was stunned. This had never happened before. I tried to remember what my advice had been, but so many people came to me for help that the details were hazy. Shake it off, Tanya. It was upsetting, but just that morning, 3 people had approached me and said I was a lifesaver. This had to be a weird freak accident. It wouldn't happen again, right? But then later that night, Elaine called me crying. She and her boyfriend Joe had gone to the restaurant I recommended, but the server insulted Joe and they got into a fight. Joe almost got arrested. Why would you tell us to go to that place? The server was a criminal. Maybe he was new. The service was great last time I went. You ruined Joe's birthday. I don't have a crystal ball, you know. I'm a human being. I make mistakes like anyone else. Maybe your boyfriend shouldn't have punched out the waiter. Whatever, Tanya. Keep your advice to yourself from now on. Did you at least try the chocolate cake? I did. It was dry. What was going on? Had I lost my touch? If I couldn't help people anymore, then what was I gonna do? I guess I could try fixing my own life. That night, I dreamed that everyone who ever came to me for advice confronted me and accused me of ruining their lives. No matter where I turned, I couldn't escape. When I woke up, I knew something needed to change. If people only cared about me when I was solving their problems, maybe they didn't really care about me at all. You know what? Fine. You can all solve your own problems from now on. At school, I turned away anyone who asked for something. I didn't like saying no, but it got easier after a few times. During gym class, we were playing dodgeball when a boy approached me.
Hey, you're Tanya, right? I'm Matt. I heard you're a miracle worker.
I'm retired.
Could you make an exception? I'm trying to get my ex to take me back, and you're the only one who can help.
Trust me, you don't want my help.
What if we help each other? Like a trade? There's gotta be something you want too.
That was different. Not many people ever offered anything in return. Not that I expected them to pay me back, but it was nice to be asked. Okay, here's a challenge for you. I want to figure out what my thing is. I spend so much time giving everyone else advice that I've never had a chance to figure out my own goals. If you can help me do that, then I'll help you get your ex back.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Matt and I met after school to get started.
So what do you think I should try first? Send her a dozen roses? Write her a song and play it outside her bedroom window?
Do you want her to take you back or file a restraining order?
Then what's your great idea?
Why did you two break up anyway?
She said I don't pay attention.
I have some thoughts, but before I tell you, we're focusing on my thing first. Did you come up with any ideas? All he did was smile. Uh-oh, what was I getting myself into? Turns out, Matt had a whole day planned out for us. We explored cool architecture in the city like the Golden Gate Bridge, baked sourdough bread, volunteered at a local animal shelter, and even visited Alcatraz to see what a real prison was like. Matt was patient and a great guide throughout all our adventures. At the end of the day, we stopped at Pier 39 to grab some ice cream. I always loved seeing the sea lions flop around and bark at each other out on the bay.
So what do you think? Architect, baker, veterinarian, prison guard?
To be honest, I really don't see any of those things being my career. I had a lot of fun, though.
Good. I've got more planned for tomorrow.
What about your ex?
She can wait.
Hold on a second. Was someone prioritizing my problems over their own? I could get used to this. The next day, we did it all over again, except this time with brand new activities. We tried photography, fitness classes, and went on a ride-along in a police car.
Nothing yet?
No. I mean, I'm still having a good time, but I can't picture myself doing any of those things for the rest of my life. Maybe I'm being too picky.
Hey, you gotta choose what's right for you. This is everything I had planned, but I can definitely come up with more.
You've done a lot already. Let's work on your goal for now. I want you to write a letter to your ex tonight, and tomorrow we'll go over it together.
You're giving me homework?
You'll survive. The next day, Matt shared his letter with me, and I read it during lunch period.
Well, what do you think?
This is all about your feelings, your memories, your regrets. There's almost nothing about her. This could be about any girl.
I worked really hard on that.
You said yourself that she thinks you don't pay attention. This letter doesn't really prove otherwise. What do you like about her? Is she smart, empathetic? Does she tell funny stories? Matt had to think about it. I didn't understand why he found it so difficult.
She's a good big sister, and I like how she sings along to every song on the radio, even when she doesn't know the words.
That's more like it. Matt revised the letter. I hid around the corner and watched while he approached his ex to give it to her. She looked surprised, but seemed to appreciate the gesture. Finally, progress! More people came up to me that day to ask for help, but I kept turning them down. I even had to say no to a teacher. A football player got really mad when I refused to help him.
We all know you're not really retired. I saw you help that Matt kid. Guess you only help guys you like.
Excuse me? Who did this jerk think he was? It's not like that. Matt and I are helping each other.
So if I take you on a date, you'll help me too?
Suddenly, Matt appeared and shoved the football player into a locker.
Speaking of your little boyfriend, I'm not her boyfriend. Apologize to her.
Just then, I noticed Matt's ex. She looked at me like I'd stolen her boyfriend or something. I didn't stick around to see what happened next. I needed to get away. I'd never been so embarrassed in my life. Everything was such a mess. My recent advice had all backfired. Matt wasn't any closer to getting his ex back. I was fighting with my best friend, and I still had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. When I got home, my dad was snoring on the couch. For all I knew, he hadn't left that spot all day. Ugh! Before, I could at least feel proud about how many people I'd helped. Now, I didn't even have that. The next day at school, I decided to tell Matt our deal was off.
What? But what about our plan? You're gonna let some jerk football player push you around?
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who's being treated like an outcast just for saying no to people. And our plan isn't working anyway. I haven't figured out my future, and you haven't gotten your girlfriend back.
I don't care about getting her back.
For a second, I almost thought I heard him wrong. Then what's the point of everything we've been doing?
I cared at first. I really did miss her, but I realized we broke up for a reason. If you want the truth, I'm having fun and I want to keep spending time with you.
I felt so confused. This was too much all at once. Then maybe just ask to hang out like a normal person. I thought you were helping me figure out my future.
Tanya, why are you so obsessed with your future? We're in high school. You don't have to figure it all out right now.
My dad threw away a great career and now he's a slug. People need a purpose. All I could think about the rest of the day was escaping. We had a big assembly that afternoon and I was considering skipping it and locking myself in my room. But why should I have to leave? They're the one acting like jerks. So in the middle of the assembly, I did something kinda crazy. I stole the mic. Almost every single one of you has come to me for advice. Did I ever say no before? Did I ever ask for anything in return? No. I did my best to help you all because I wanted you to be happy. But the second something goes wrong or I decide to take some time for myself, what do? You turn on me, talk behind my back, blame me for your problems. Now I know I was just being used. I handed the mic back to the teacher, and she awkwardly cued the cheerleaders to begin their performance. After school, the doorbell rang a bunch of times. I snapped at my dad while I stomped to the door. "Don't get up. I'll get it."
Honey, you have to see this. A baby tiger pounces and scares the heck out of his mom.
Dad, those videos are super old. I opened the door and was surprised to find Elaine on the front steps. She was holding a chocolate cake as a peace offering. It was such a relief to see a friend that I almost cried. We ate chocolate cake on my bed and caught up. "I'm sorry. It was totally unfair of me to act like what happened was your fault. All you've ever done is try to help me. And advice should be a two-way street. I hope you know you can come to me when you're struggling too." Want to see a video of a baby tiger? Maybe I didn't need to run away. I felt stronger with Elaine in my corner. The next day, the football player came up to me again. I tried going around, but he wouldn't let me.
Hey, it wasn't cool of me to say those things to you. I'm really sorry.
I have to admit, I didn't expect an apology from him. When I got to my locker, something even more surprising happened. It was filled with flowers and about 100 thank you cards. All day, students surprised me with gifts, cards, or sometimes just a hug. I guess my big speech at the assembly had gotten through to people. After school, Matt found me on the bleachers reading some of my cards.
You okay?
It hasn't been easy lately, but yeah, I'll be okay.
I never set out to trick you, you know. When I first asked for help, I thought I wanted my ex back. You helped me realize that we weren't right for each other.
You helped me realize something too.
I did? What?
That it's okay if I don't have it all figured out. It has to happen naturally. And maybe my dad will never go back to work, but I'm not him. I know I'll find my purpose someday.
So I guess we did help each other.
I guess so.
Maybe we could hang out sometime? Like normal people, instead of as part of some deal?
I'd like that. Things got a lot better after that, and I realized something else. That no one can give perfect advice 100% of the time. But that doesn't mean I should stop trying. I liked helping people. I was gonna keep doing it, even if sometimes I failed. The people who mattered most to me would be in my corner no matter what. And the times when someone told me I'd made a difference in their lives, no matter how small, made it all worth it. I'm changing some names here. People who know me will know what I'm talking about. So, this started 7 months and 12 days ago. I counted. My life was pretty normal until Dad lost his job when his factory shut down. Suddenly, we were broke. Like counting coins for gas broke. Not maybe we skipped Starbucks this week broke. And Mom heard about a job at the fancy Montgomery estate. On our first day there, a Tuesday, overcast. I remember because Mom kept saying the gray sky was a bad omen. She was a nervous wreck. Girls, please be on your best behavior. We need this job. The moment I saw the mansion, my jaw literally hit the floor. The place had more bathrooms than our entire neighborhood combined. It's like rich people said, what if we can pee in all directions? There was a fountain in the driveway that was just running water into itself. I kept thinking about how much our water bill was back home. Then Lady Charlotte appeared, like some kind of expensive villain dripping in pearls and judgment.
So, you're the new cook? And these are your daughters?
Yes, ma'am. Anna is very hardworking and responsible. Emma is also very hardworking. Emma smiled so sweetly, I thought I'd get a cavity just from watching her. But I knew better. That girl hadn't worked a day in her life.
Fine. The cook position pays $837 a month. But if your daughters want to continue school, they'll need to work as maids to cover their tuition.
Maids? Is she serious right now? We'll do it. Are you insane? Maids? Would you rather drop out of school? I'd rather you drop out and I stay home. 3 months and 2 weeks later, I was doing all the work while Emma faked being sick. Anna, can you bring me some tea? My chronic fatigue is acting up again. Your chronic fatigue is called laziness, Emma. So now it's a crime to be tired? Just as I was about to answer her, I heard a screeching voice from downstairs. Anna, why is there a fingerprint on this mirror? Sorry, ma'am. I'll fix it right away. And this was my life for days, running from one task to another, never catching a break. The only place I felt free was the garden I started behind the mansion. One evening, I was watering my plants when Emma came running outside. Oh my God, Anna, Chris is coming home tomorrow. Who's Chris? Lady Charlotte's son? Look! She shoved her phone in my face, showing me his photo. And, okay, fine. Chris was hot. Like, unreasonably hot. The kind of hot where you forget how words work. Which, spoiler alert, I did, multiple times. I'm gonna make him fall in love with me, and then we'll get married, and I'll be rich.
Good luck with that, sis.
You can't even make your bed without chronic fatigue. Just stay away from him, Anna. I saw him first. The next day, Lady Charlotte was in full drill sergeant mode.
Anna, Emma, I need you both to make this house spotless before Chris arrives. One speck of dust and you're all out.
She basically threw cleaning supplies at us like we were in some kind of aggressive game show. The moment she left, Emma looked at her maid uniform like it was covered in radioactive waste. Ugh, I am not wearing this ugly thing. Besides, I need to look good for when Chris arrives. Emma, we have like 2 hours to clean this entire mansion. You're so good at cleaning, though. You can totally handle it. Emma, please. I can't do this alone. Love you, sis. She left, and I cleaned everything in 2 hours by myself. If there was an Olympic sport for speed mopping while crying internally, I would have qualified. Looking back, I could have told Mom what was happening, but part of me liked being the martyr. If I'm being honest, I got to feel superior to Emma. We were both playing our roles. By the time I got to Chris's room, I was beyond exhausted. I sat on his bed for just a second and fell asleep. 5 more minutes. Wait, why is there a hot guy in here? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This isn't my room. This is Chris's room. And that's Chris. And I'm lying in his bed like some kind of creepy stalker Goldilocks. I jumped up so fast I almost gave myself whiplash. His room smelled like laundry detergent and something woodsy. Cedar, maybe? I don't know why that's what I remember.
Whoa, easy there. You looked exhausted, so I didn't want to wake you.
I'm so sorry. I tried to grab the broom from him, but he held it away like we were playing some weird keep-away game.
Relax, I've got this. You clearly need a break.
But your mom will kill me if she finds out I was sleeping on the job.
Well then, let's not tell her.
Why are you being so nice? Is this a trick? Are you secretly recording this?
No tricks, I promise. I'm Chris.
I know. I mean, I'm Anna, your maid. Not that you don't know that. Obviously, you know that because I'll just stop talking now. But Chris didn't seem bothered by my word vomit at all.
So, Anna, tell me something about yourself that has nothing to do with cleaning.
No one had ever asked me that before. Not in this house, anyway. I want to be a nurse. I'm actually studying for my entrance exams.
That's amazing.
We talked for like 23 minutes. I checked my phone after, and it felt easy, natural, like we'd known each other forever. Until I remembered Emma's threat, and reality came crashing back down. I really should go. I practically ran out of that room before I did something stupid like develop feelings for my boss's son. Too late, though. Way too late. The second I stepped into the hallway, I crashed straight into Emma, who looked like she wanted to murder me. I saw you in there with Chris. You promised me you'd stay away from him. We were just talking. You promised to stay away from him. Emma, I was cleaning his room. That's literally my job. If you ruin this for me, I'll tell Mom you were sleeping on the job. You wouldn't. Try me. That night at dinner was absolute torture. The dining room had this massive chandelier with maybe 50 crystals in it. I counted them twice, trying not to look at Chris. If I thought avoiding Chris would be easy, I was wrong. I had to serve the food, which meant I was constantly near him, and I could feel him watching me the entire time. Anna, pour Christopher some juice before you leave. My hands were shaking so badly, and then it happened. The juice went everywhere, all over Chris's expensive pants.
Oh, you incompetent girl! Those pants cost more than your entire wardrobe!
I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll clean it right away. Lady Charlotte looked like she was about to spontaneously combust, but then Chris stood up, and my heart literally stopped.
Mom, it was an accident. No big deal.
No big deal? Christopher, Those were Italian. I didn't know pants could have a nationality, but apparently these ones had a passport and probably spoke better Italian than I did.
I'll buy new ones.
For one beautiful second, I thought maybe, just maybe, I wasn't getting fired. Wrong. Lady Charlotte grabbed my arm so hard, I knew there'd be bruises. Her rings dug into my skin. She was wearing 3 of them, all diamonds. Kitchen, now. The walk to the kitchen felt like a death march. 42 steps. I counted. My mom looked terrified when she saw us coming. Wendy, your daughter is a disaster. One more mistake and you're all out of here. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Lady Charlotte stormed out, and Mom just looked at me with these heartbroken eyes.
Anna, please, we can't lose this job.
I know, Mom. I'm sorry. That night, I couldn't sleep. You'd think I'd be panicking about almost losing our jobs, but the thing that kept playing in my head was the sound the juice made hitting his pants. This weird splashing sound, over and over. Brains are weird like that. I needed air. And so I went to the garden. I was sitting there, trying not to cry, when I heard footsteps behind me.
Hey, mind if I join you?
I turned around, and Chris was standing there with his hands in his pockets. It's your garden.
Pretty sure it's yours too. You're the one who actually takes care of it.
We just sat there in comfortable silence, looking up at the stars. Or maybe we talked a little? I honestly can't remember. Memory does that. Mixes things up. But I remember feeling peaceful for the first time since coming to this mansion. Then I heard the worst voice imaginable. Anna! There you are! Lady Charlotte is looking for you. My stomach dropped. I jumped up so fast I almost twisted my ankle. What? Why? Did I do something wrong? She didn't say, but you know how she gets when she's kept waiting. I practically ran back to the mansion, my heart pounding the entire way. But when I got there, Lady Charlotte was already in her room with the lights off. I stood there, confused, for probably 8 or 9 minutes before I realized Emma lied. I ran back to the garden, but Chris was gone. Emma, what did you do? What? I just delivered a message. Not my fault if Lady Charlotte changed her mind. Something felt wrong. Really, really wrong. The next morning, I tried to talk to Chris, but it felt like talking to a completely different person.
Anna, I can't talk right now. I need to focus on some work today.
My heart literally shattered. Last night, we were looking at stars, and now he could barely look at me? Chris, did I do something wrong?
Look, I was actually going to ask you out last night, but then your sister mentioned you have a boyfriend, and I just feel like an idiot now.
What?
It's fine, Anna. I should have known better anyway.
Chris, I don't have a boyfriend. Emma lied. He stopped walking and turned around slowly.
You don't?
Emma made it up. I don't know why, but she lied to you. For a second, he just stared at me. Then this huge smile spread across his face.
Then, would you maybe want to go out with me? Like, on an actual date?
I must have looked like an idiot because I was smiling so hard my face hurt. I mean, I guess I could fit you into my very busy schedule of scrubbing floors and avoiding your mom.
I'll take that as a yes. Saturday night?
It's a date. Saturday finally came, and I was freaking out. I didn't own anything nice enough for a date with a rich guy. I ended up wearing my old jeans, the ones with a small hole near the left pocket that I kept meaning to fix, and a plain blue shirt. It was all I had. When Chris saw me, I wanted to disappear into the ground. I know it's not fancy or anything.
You look beautiful.
I look like I'm going to the library to study.
You look like you. That's all that matters.
We went to my favorite burger place, the spot called Patty's that always smells like fryer oil and has those sticky plastic menus. We talked for like 3 hours about everything. I remember he got ketchup on his shirt and didn't notice. I never told him. I didn't want the night to end. But all good things end, right? Because when we got home, Lady Charlotte was right there.
How lovely. Perfect timing, actually. Come inside, both of you. We have guests.
My stomach dropped. Something about her tone was off. We walked into the foyer and standing there was this gorgeous woman in a designer dress. Red, I think? Or maybe dark pink. I honestly can't remember. And it probably cost more than everything I owned. She looked like she'd never experienced humidity in her life.
Christopher, darling, I'd like you to meet your fiancée, Gwendolyn Sterling.
I'm sorry, what?
What are you talking about?
Oh, good. You're here. Can we speed this along? I have brunch plans tomorrow. The engagement we discussed, Christopher? Surely you remember our conversation about your inheritance, about turning 22? I watched Chris's face go from confused to horrified to blank, like someone had just unplugged him. And me? You'd think I'd feel devastated, angry, something big. But I just felt numb. I remember staring at the loose thread on my sleeve. Why do you notice the stupidest things at the worst moments?
I remember.
Say something. My brain was screaming at him. Tell her it's crazy. Tell her about our date. Anything. In my head, I imagined grabbing his hand and running out of there together. In reality, I just stood there, with my nails digging into my palms. But Chris just stood there too, silent, staring at the floor. The Sterling family has been very patient. The engagement party is this Saturday. You there, maid. Take my Louis Vuitton bags to the guest suite. East wing, second floor. And do try not to touch anything valuable. Those bags cost more than you make in a year. And just like that, I remembered what I actually was to these people. Not Chris's date, not someone important, just the maid. I grabbed Gwen's stupid bags and basically ran to the staff quarters. When I opened the door to the room, I found Emma sobbing into her pillow like her world had ended. He's engaged! He's engaged to some supermodel? Yeah, I noticed. This was supposed to be my chance. I was gonna marry rich and get out of this life. Now she's gonna be the lady of the manor. Welcome to reality, Emma. It sucks, doesn't it? You don't understand. You have your nursing school dreams. I had this, and now I have nothing. Then Emma sniffled and said something that made everything worse. Oh, and Mom got fired while you were out. What? Lady Charlotte just fired her, packed up her stuff, and sent her home. No explanation, no warning, just gone. But what about our tuition? What about... Apparently, Mom made Lady Charlotte sign some kind of contract. She has to pay for our schooling until we graduate, even if Mom's not working here anymore. It's the only reason we're still here. I took a photo of that contract later. I still look at it sometimes. That doesn't make sense. Why would Lady Charlotte agree to that? I don't know. To this day, I still don't understand why she signed that contract. I have theories. Maybe Mom knew something even back then. But I'll never really know. Anyway, Mom's gone. She left like an hour ago. She left behind her dusty recipe book. I threw it on your bed. I looked over, and there it was, Mom's old brown leather recipe book. I opened it, and inside was a note from Mom with a weird recipe on page 47. The safe holds the truth. Trust yourself. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you sooner. There were some numbers scrambled below the note, but I knew this wasn't a recipe. It felt more like a clue, and I was determined to find this safe. The next few days were hell. If I thought Lady Charlotte was bad, Gwen was like Lady Charlotte, but worse. I barely had time to snoop around. Gwen complained about everything, and I could take it until she started on Emma. You there, other maid? This mirror has a streak on it. Did you even try to clean it properly? I stepped forward before Emma could apologize for something she didn't do. This is gonna sound bad, but part of me wanted an excuse to fight with Gwen. I was looking for it. I cleaned that hallway with her this morning. The streak you're pointing at is from the sunlight, not dirt. Gwen studied me for a long, terrible moment. Then she laughed. You've got guts. I'll give you that. She took a step forward, close enough that I could smell her expensive perfume. But let me tell you something about people like you, Anna. People like you need to be taught your place the hard way. She flipped her hair in my face. It smelled like that expensive perfume they advertise in magazines, the one in the gold bottle, and she walked away. The second she disappeared around the corner, Emma grabbed my arm. Why did you take the blame for me? Because you're my sister, even when you drive me crazy? I don't deserve that. I've been awful to you for months, for years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have been.
I was jealous of how hard you work, how easy things seem for you. Easy? Emma, I've been doing your job and mine for 3 months. I know, I can see that now, and I'm so sorry. Let me help, however I can, please. I don't know if she really meant it or just wanted to be part of the drama. Maybe both. I decided to believe her anyway. I hesitated, then told Emma about Mom's note and the safe. To my shock, she knew exactly where it was. She had been snooping in Lady Charlotte's closet last week and had found it hidden behind her portrait. We immediately began to make a plan for how to break into the safe, and the perfect opportunity came the next afternoon when Lady Charlotte announced that she would be going dress shopping with Gwen. The second Lady Charlotte's car disappeared down the driveway, I snuck into her room. My hands were shaking so bad, I could barely move the portrait. Emma was right. Behind the portrait was a wall safe. It was smaller than I expected, maybe the size of a microwave, gray metal with a digital keypad. I pulled out Mom's note, trying to decipher the code she'd left, but the numbers were so cryptic. Come on, Mom, what am I missing here?
Having trouble with that?
I spun around so fast I almost screamed. Chris was standing in the doorway, door closed behind him, looking more alive than he had in days. What are you... Your mom
is at a dress fitting with my fake fiancé. I know. I made sure they'd be gone for at least 2 hours.
I'm not stealing anything.
I know. We both want the same thing.
I really doubt that.
You have every right to be mad at me, but my silence was to protect you. I knew my mom was hiding something, but I didn't know where, and somehow I missed the most obvious place, her own bedroom.
I don't understand.
I'm trapped, Anna, just like you. My dad passed away 2 years ago. He left everything in a trust fund. The trust says my mom controls everything until I turn 22.
So why the engagement?
Because she changed the terms. She added a clause. If I refuse to marry whoever she chooses, she can claim I'm acting against the family's interests and keep control forever.
She can't do that.
She can. I've already talked to 3 lawyers. Without proof of the schemes she's been hiding behind my dad's foundation, there's nothing anyone can do.
Then let's stop her. Do you have any idea what these numbers are?
Yeah, looks like the year she was born.
Chris turned the dial carefully and the safe opened. Inside were folders, so many folders filled with bank statements and blackmail records.
This is evidence, actual proof of fraud, embezzlement, and blackmail. The engagement party is in 2 days. We end this in front of everyone.
Chris, if we do this, there's no going back. She's your mother. Suddenly, a loud crash came from downstairs.
Oh no! I knocked over this vase. How clumsy of me!
That's our cue. Come on. We grabbed the most important documents and bolted out of there. When we got to the bottom of the servants' staircase, we just looked at each other.
2 days. Can you hold on for 2 more days?
I've made it this far, haven't I? The day of the engagement finally arrived, and the entire mansion was decorated like something out of a magazine. White roses everywhere, crystal chandeliers, and a string quartet. By 7 p.m., the mansion was packed with rich people. You could practically smell the inherited wealth and mild tax evasion. I stayed in the background, waiting for the right moment. Then, Lady Charlotte tapped her glass, and the room went quiet. She smiled, clearly enjoying all the attention.
Thank you all for coming. As you know, my late husband and I built this estate from nothing. Through hard work and dedication, we created a legacy. And now, my son Christopher is engaged to the lovely Gwendolyn Sterling. So please, join me in toasting.
Excuse me, Lady Charlotte. The room went dead silent, and everyone turned to look at me.
What did you just say?
I said, excuse me, I believe you dropped something.
Anna, go back to the kitchen, now.
No, Mother. Let her speak. I want to hear this.
Christopher, sit down this instant.
No, I've been sitting down for too long. Anna, please, continue.
You could hear a pin drop. I was standing next to this ice sculpture of a swan. I could remember the cold coming off it. Everyone stared at me. If this was a movie, this is where I'd feel powerful, in control. In reality, my hands were shaking so bad, I had to press the documents against my stomach. I could feel sweat running down my back. The room smelled like those expensive white roses and champagne, and I genuinely thought I might throw up. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anna. My mother, Wendy, was the cook here until Lady Charlotte fired her last week. She fired my mother because Mom discovered something Lady Charlotte didn't want anyone to know.
Security, remove her, immediately.
2 men in black instantly appeared from nowhere.
Touch her and you're fired. This is my father's house, and I want to hear what Anna has to say.
Lady Charlotte has been embezzling from her late husband's company for 5 years and 8 months, $1.87 million, according to the documents. Money that was supposed to go to the Montgomery Foundation, a charity that helps families like mine.
This is absurd. You're all listening to a maid?
I decided to bring out all the copies we had made of the evidence, but was suddenly interrupted by 2 police officers walking toward Lady Charlotte.
Charlotte Montgomery, you're under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, and extortion.
They read her rights, the whole thing, just like on TV. Took about 90 seconds.
I called them 2 hours ago, gave them copies of everything.
What? You're my son!
I know.
But I barely paid any attention to the chaos when I saw Gwen in the corner doing some TikTok dance. The one where you point at different things? I don't remember what it's called. Chris must have noticed too because I saw him walking up to her.
I'm sorry you got dragged into all of this.
You didn't love me, I didn't love you. Honestly, this whole thing was exhausting. But hey, plenty of fish in the sea, right? I already have someone way hotter blowing up my phone, so bye. She shrugged and walked out of there like the engagement never mattered. Chris stood there for a second, then came over to me.
I'm sorry I dragged you into all of this.
I don't mind. I'm good at cleaning up messes.
Well, not anymore. I'd like you to be my girlfriend, if you don't mind.
Does this come with normal dates and 0 secret engagements?
I promise.
Then I'd like that. And for the first time since all of this started, everything finally felt simple. Lady Charlotte got arrested. The trial is in 4 months, and I'll probably have to testify, which terrifies me. Mom helps manage the estate now, which is weird because she still apologizes every time she asks someone to do something. Emma's actually working. Not a lot, but more than before. Baby steps. And me, I got into nursing school. Not a full scholarship like I wanted. It's partial, and I'm still gonna have $23,000 in loans when I'm done, but it's something. I wish I could say I came out of this feeling strong and empowered, but mostly I just felt tired for a long time. It didn't really hit me until like 3 weeks later. I was doing laundry, found my old maid uniform shoved in the back of a drawer, and just sat on the floor and cried for 20 minutes. My sister found me there. She still brings it up sometimes. Chris and I are still together. It's not perfect. It's on a mirror. I only have a minor panic attack instead of a full one. Progress. That's it. That's all I've got. Hi, I'm Megan. Please like and subscribe because My Story Animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person who subscribes in the next 7 days. My American mom met my dad in London when she studied piano at university, and they got married and then had my older sister Susie. They moved back to the States so mom could work on her career, and then had me. Then they started having problems, and my dad thought it would be best to move back to London. But for some reason, Dad only loved Susie and ignored me all the time. On my 5th birthday, Dad bought her a PlayStation and beautiful dresses, while I only got a grumpy look from him. But Dad, it's my birthday. Why didn't you get me anything? Don't you love me?
Oh, stop being such a crybaby. I told you, Mum, I only wanted one child. Susie was enough for me. But no, you had to come along.
Seriously? He was such a jerk, and Susie always made sure to remind me she was his favorite. But thankfully I had Mom, and she loved me to bits. Then one night when I was 8, Susie and I heard Mom and Dad fighting like crazy.
I know that child ain't mine. I know you cheated on me, you awful woman.
OMG, is that why Dad hated me all this time? Because I wasn't his daughter? Dad stormed out of the house with his bags and didn't even stop for Susie as she called out to him. I hugged Mom and cried, but she convinced me that he was crazy and we were better off without him. But there was someone who was super pissed. Susie. Dad left because of you. You're the reason for everything bad, Megan, and I'm going to kick you out of our lives for good and bring him back. I thought she was just going to be mad for a while, but the next day, I screamed when I went into the bathroom. Stuck on the mirror was my head cut out from a photograph with the eyes poked out and red paint streaks on my face. Of course it was Susie. I found more of those pictures all around the house, and I showed them to Mom, and she grounded her. Over time, I grew even closer to Mom, and she discovered that I was great at playing the piano, just like her. She started teaching me, and by 7th grade, I was good enough to be selected as the key player of the school's music team. But Susie just couldn't live with that. On the day of the program, when I went on stage, I saw that my music notes had been burned. There was only a heap of ash on the piano with a note, "Hope you fail and keep failing for the rest of your life. You don't deserve happiness." Susie was a psycho, and I was gonna kill her. I nervously started playing the music from memory, and everyone in the audience loved my performance, except for Susie, of course. She looked fuming mad. As soon as I got home, I confronted her. "What's wrong with you? Don't you think it's time to find something to do with your life besides being a pain in my butt? My life? You ruined my life, my happiness, my family. I'm not going to let you breathe in peace, Megan. Just you watch and wait." OMG, she was unbelievable. But then what happened next shocked me even more. My left hand suddenly grabbed her hair and smashed her face into the cake Mom got to congratulate me. She screamed as loud as she could, and Mom came running. "What did you do now, Susie?" But it wasn't Susie this time, it was me. And I had no idea what had just happened. I ran out of there all confused. A few days later, I was taking my math test in class, but I couldn't figure out any of the answers. I started to panic when suddenly my left hand grabbed the test paper of the girl sitting next to me. She screamed in shock. And up next, detention. What the freaking heck? What was wrong with my hand? Susie couldn't wait to break the news to Mom. As soon as we reached home, she started screaming. "Look, Mum, your favorite has made you so proud. She got detention for cheating." Mom looked at me in shock, but I just ran up to my room. Later that evening, I told her what had been happening with my hand, and the next day, she took me to the doctor. And it turned out I had a strange condition called alien hand syndrome, where my left hand acts like it has a brain of its own. It's more likely to get out of control when you're experiencing extreme emotions, like stress. What? Then what about my career as a pianist? I freaked out and my left hand smashed the doctor's instruments into the wall. I decided to keep it a secret from Susie because I didn't want her to tell the world that I was a freak. I thought my life was just ruined, but at least I had my best friend Max. He never visited me at home anymore because once Susie had put so many chilies in his food, he ended up in the hospital. I didn't tell him about my hand, but he could tell I was bummed out. So he took me out for ice cream that evening. As we were walking back home, he suddenly turned to me. You have ice cream on your nose. Do you mind if I... Saying that, he moved closer and my heart started beating a bit faster. What was he doing? He leaned in to kiss me, and I ended up slapping him really hard. Not my freaking alien hand again. Oh, Max, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to. It's just,
No, it's my fault. I should have asked you first. I'm sorry.
Saying that, he ran off. I felt so terrible. A couple of days later, I was looking for him everywhere to apologize, and I found him making out with some girl in the music hall who was none other than freaking Susie. Oh my God, Max! Why are you kissing my sister?
What are you, the kissing police? I can kiss whoever I want. You missed your chance when you slapped me.
Oh, you obviously deserved more than that. Whoa. Easy there, Hulk. He's my boyfriend, and we've been dating for a whole day now. Susie, you know he's my best friend. Why are you such a jerk? Jerk? You're the jerk here, always wanting to take away my happiness. I'm not going to let you do it, Megan, so keep your paws off him. Saying that, she grabbed his hand and stormed out of the music hall. She just wanted to take away everything from me, even my best friend. Days passed and I focused more on my music. In the 10th grade, I had a chance to audition for a spot at the best music academy in the country. I was super excited for it. I reached the venue an hour early, but as I was waiting for Mom backstage, Susie called me on my cell phone, and she was crying hysterically. Megan, you have to hurry. Mom met with an accident on her way to you, and she's in the hospital now. Did that witch really think I'd believe her? But I called Mom 10 times and she just wouldn't answer. That's when I started to panic, so I quickly hailed a cab and rushed to the hospital. Halfway through, I suddenly got a call from Mom. Honey, my phone was on silent and I didn't even know. I just saw all your calls. I'm at the venue. Where are you? OMG, I couldn't believe Susie had played me. I got stuck in traffic on the way back, and I arrived 10 minutes late for my performance. As the judges glared at me, I sat down shakily and tried to calm down, but I was so flustered. The performance started out fine, but only after a few minutes, my left hand went bonkers, and it turned into a complete nightmare. As people started to laugh, I ran off the stage in tears. I was so embarrassed and furious at Susie. She was so cruel. When Mom and I got home, I walked straight to Susie and slapped her hard in the face. I can't believe you'd stoop so low to hurt me. You ruined my performance. Do you have any idea how important it was for me? Yeah, I do, and I don't care. Just like you people don't care about me. Mom has always loved you and supported you, but me, after Dad left, she just abandoned me. Oh, honey, what are you talking about? I love you as much as I love Megan, but you always pushed me away, and I felt you hated me. Oh, yes, I do hate you. I hate you for making me feel left out. You two even have your own little secrets, don't you? Yes, I know all about Megan's condition, and I was just waiting to use it against her at the right time, and it all worked out wonderfully. I was about to attack her again, but Mom stopped me and Susie stormed off. I was never going to speak to that witch again, ever, but I could still annoy the heck out of her. I hooked up my piano to some large speakers and played like crazy day and night right outside her room. I started making videos of myself while playing and uploading them on my YouTube channel. Once, I even composed a song especially dedicated to her. If you know any Susie, just be aware. Even if she's your sister, please take care. My sister can't see me happy. No, just never. My witch sister hates me forever and ever. The next day, I had hundreds of comments on that video. People loved my little composition, and they even sent me sympathetic messages about their own mean sisters. And a few days later, I got an email from a famous music producer saying he saw some real talent in me and that he'd like me to work with him on a new album. What? Could it be that I was dreaming? This was insane. Soon after, my first album came out and it became a huge hit, and I was on freaking cloud 9. After that, I was playing at concerts and even went on a music tour with Taylor Swift. Then one day, the bell rang and Susie opened the door. I went running when I heard her screams. Standing in the doorway was Dad? OMG, Dad, I knew you'd come back for me. I missed you so much. What took you so long? But suddenly, he just pushed Susie aside and came running to me.
Oh, my daughter, my lovely, talented, famous daughter. I knew you'd make me proud one day.
What are you saying, Dad? I'm your daughter, Susie, the one you love the most.
You're not my daughter. You're the reason I left this house in the first place, 'cause you aren't my own blood.
What? This was crazy. All this while I thought I wasn't his kid, but turns out Susie wasn't? She burst into tears when she heard this, but Dad wouldn't stop.
I don't know whose worthless child you are. Megan is my only daughter.
Just stop it, Dad. You're not Susie's dad, and you're not mine either. You never loved me, and then you just abandoned us all. You're not fit to be anyone's dad, and don't you dare talk to my sister that way. Just then Mom stepped in, looking furious. You crazy, horrible man. I never cheated on you, and they're both your daughters. But you wouldn't believe me. Well, you don't deserve either of them, you selfish creature. Dad looked at Susie and said that he loved her and that she needed him. You only came to get Megan's money. You never loved me, and I blamed Megan for it. I thought she was the reason why you left me. But I realize now, you're just a terrible gold digger, Dad, and I don't want to see your face again. So leave, now. And then Susie kicked him out of the house. I'm so sorry, Megan. I was so mean to you all this time. I was such a moron for treating you like an enemy, and I don't deserve to be your sister. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm very sorry. Everything you did to me affected me badly. I don't know if I'm ready to forgive you, but I believe in second chances. I really hope you change. But for now, we can start with a hug. Susie hugged me and Mom joined us. I love you, my precious daughters. Everything will be fine as long as we're together. There I was, standing alone on the edge of a cliff, when someone suddenly tackled me to the ground. Aloha, I'm Hannah from Hawaii. Please like and subscribe. I had an amazing life with my two moms. Mom, my birth mother, and Mom, who's from Australia. They managed one of the top hotels on the island, so every day was a vacation. We were always happy, and they gave me so much love and cool stuff. But my life took a wild turn when I turned 15, and some billionaire bought that hotel, firing my moms and all the staff to bring in his own people. My moms had to start working at the small local hotel, cleaning rooms, and money was tight, so they were always freaking out about the bills. Don't waste water. I still have shampoo in my hair. Turn off the lights. Do you think I own the power company? I'm in here. Use candles. One time, the bottom of my sneakers fell off, so they tried to duct tape them together, but no luck. No problem. You can wear mine. But your feet are huge. So put extra socks on. But even with extra socks, I face planted trying to walk in them. Okay, fine. We'll get you new shoes. The next day, my moms presented me with their idea of new shoes, which they got from the hotel's Lost and Found. I was disappointed that they weren't brand new, but they were kinda cute. Later that day at lunchtime, my friends and I were talking about boys and boys and boys as we were walking to the table when this dude popped up and got down on one knee in front of me.
Ah, my darling Maria, my señorita, my Juliet. Where have you been, my love? How could you have forgotten about your Romeo for so long? No, stop! You can't abandon me!
Let go of my legs!
Hey, these are my cousin's old shoes. She came last summer to stay. How did you get them?
No, they're mine. You must be mistaken.
No, look.
I was about to kick that jerk, but he lifted me on the table, then pulled my foot up and pointed at the bottom.
See? Those are her initials. We did this together.
That was Brooks, the famous prankster at my high school. By now, all of his friends at lunch had heard and were laughing and making fun of me. I stormed home, only to find my mom's going wild over the grocery bill. Dishes flew, shoes were thrown, and doors slammed. I've never seen them like this. The next day wasn't any good. So after school, I decided to stop at the beach to listen to the waves and look at the surfers to cheer me up. Just then, I saw this amazing surfer doing all kinds of flips on the waves. Who's that? Oh, him. We call him Mr. Abs. His parents bought half the hotels on the island. Holy Paris Hilton? My brain spun at the thought of meeting a hot guy, and bonus, once we started dating, I could tell his dad how thoughtless he was for firing my moms after all their years of work, and that he should totally give them their jobs back. This would solve all our problems, and we would be happy again. So, I walked over to him. He was standing with a bunch of other hot guys. Hey, nice to muscle to meet you. He avoided me? I love a challenge. So I came up with a plan to bump into him and accidentally spill my smoothie on him. Then he would have to talk to me.
Hey there, cutie. Slow down. You almost ran into me.
Oh my god, he thinks I'm cute. I had to keep the conversation going. Oh, yeah, it's 'cause these creepy guys were chasing me.
Are you okay? Where are they?
They went that way. But wait, don't go after them. I'm really shook up. I need you here in case they come back. He held held my hand and offered me a seat like a prince offering his throne.
I'm Chris. Do you want me to call someone for you?
Hannah. I'm Hannah. No, I just need a minute.
Why were they chasing you?
Yeah, so this guy at school likes me, but I told him I don't want to go out with him, and now I see him and his friends everywhere I go.
Don't worry, I'll safely take you home.
As we were riding home in his Jeep, I tried to find out as much as I could about him. So, your family just moved here when they bought the hotels?
Yep. But I don't like to talk about it.
Oh, I get it. Low profile. Nice. He looks humble. I wanted to know more about him, so I asked around and found out he doesn't like fries and loves jazz. As he pulled up to my house, I had to come up with a reason to see him again. Thanks for the ride.
You're safe now.
Those guys also come around in the morning before school, and my moms can't take me. They have this rare disease called, chew poops.
A chew what?
You've never heard of it? Oh, yeah, it's a new stream of COVID that's been going around. If you meet someone with this, or if they sneeze, you could have diarrhea for a week. Thankfully, I'm immune, but who knows about others? Just then, I heard my mom's. Hannah, is that you? I needed to keep my moms away from him before they ruined my plan, so I rushed him off before he could say anything. Great, so see you tomorrow? Thanks. The next day, my moms were already at work when he picked me up, so I didn't have to worry about them meeting. And when he dropped me off at school, everyone thought we were dating. I figured it would be happening any day, so I didn't deny it. I was in heaven for the next few days, but that changed one morning.
So I'm thinking, you seem to be out of danger now and…
No, I mean, that's him.
Where?
I was looking in the parking lot for someone to point the finger at. You didn't see him? Then I spotted Brooks, who had made fun of me. A perfect target. Him, that's him, Brooks. Before I could say anything, he jumped out of the Jeep and confronted Brooks. I was on cloud 9. Everyone saw my gorgeous, soon-to-be boyfriend protecting me against my bully.
Why are you stalking her? Don't you have anything better to do? Oh man, what are you talking about? Stalking? Who?
As he pointed to me in the car, I pretended like I had dropped my phone on the floor.
Is this about the shoes? I was going to…
Then Chris took a swing at Brooks, but missed, and Brooks punched him right in the nose and knocked him out cold. I jumped out of the Jeep, ran over, and slapped Brooks. Back off, my boyfriend! Fortunately, Chris didn't hear it as he was out cold. Unfortunately, the principal only saw the end of the fight, and I was the one who got detention. My moms were so pissed because they missed work and came to talk to the principal. Hannah, you know we can't afford to take any time off work, and you're slapping people now? You're lucky that boy isn't pressing charges. But it was his fault. You're grounded for a week. I was feeling upset, but I wasn't about to let them ruin my plan. After all, I was doing this for them. I'm sure they would be so happy about it later. The next day, I snuck out of the house to go see Chris. He had his nose all taped up. We were just hanging out when some girls came up to us, batting their eyelashes at him. Aw, Chris, even with that nose, you still have a beautiful face. Yeah, handsome. Do you need someone to take care of you? Get away from here!
Hey, is everything okay?
Yes. I just saw some fruit flies. Before any other girls showed up, I grabbed his attention. Chris, I need to go home right now. And when we pulled up to the house, I blurted out the only thing I could think of to get him to sympathize with me. So I was upset because my moms got super pissed when I got detention, and now they're gonna lock me in the basement and feed me spiders again.
What? They've done that to you before? I'm taking you to the police station to report them.
No, I mean, maybe I could get an interview with your dad at the hotel, and then I would have money to move out. I did feel guilty about lying, but I knew he would forgive me once he saw I was doing all this for a good reason.
But first, let's talk to them.
Wait! Before I could stop him, he had already confronted my moms. I could tell they were hurt by the things I said they did. Hannah, not only did you sneak out of the house, you told those horrible lies about us too? We don't even have a basement.
Is anything you told me the truth?
He turned to leave, and I grabbed his arm. I can explain.
I'm done with your lies.
Embarrassed, I ran out crying until I wound up on a cliff overlooking the ocean. I needed to figure out how to fix things. After some time, I finally calmed down enough to notice the beautiful view and took out my phone to snap a picture. As I stepped closer to the edge, I heard a voice yelling,
Hey, what are you doing?
Then someone tackled me to the ground. It was Brooks. Stay away. I don't think I'll get detention if I slap you on a cliff.
What is your problem?
Well, global warming for one, but I think that's everyone's problem. So I'll just say you.
Me? I've been trying to apologize to you at school, but you had your boyfriend attack me, and then you slapped me.
You tried to apologize? He got really quiet and then looked at me with the most sincere brown eyes.
I am sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you that day. I'd always just thought of my jokes as a way to have fun at school. It never occurred to me that it would hurt someone, and when you got detention, I felt bad and asked one of your friends for your address. That's when I saw you running out the door, and here we are.
I still wasn't sure, but he looked very genuine. We talked a lot as we walked down the mountain, and much to my surprise, we actually had a lot in common. I know! I mean, who doesn't eat fries?
And who likes jazz? Taylor Swift all day, every day.
Just then, I saw my mom's had been blowing up my phone with texts. I have to go. I'll catch up with you tomorrow at school.
Okay, you have my number if you wanna.
I was so panicked about how mad my moms were gonna be that I ran off before he could finish talking. And the second I walked in the house,
You are in so much trouble. Why do you always have to disobey us? We raised you better than that. Why are you doing all this?
you have no idea what I've gone through. I can't take it anymore. You are both only concerned about saving money that you don't think about how it might affect me.
So, because you don't have branded clothes or a fancy car, we are terrible parents?
I don't care about those things. Forget it. I'm grounded, so I'll be in my room. I ran to my room, and even though it all went sideways, I spent the night thinking of any way that I could fix this and still get their jobs back. The next day at school, Brooke saw how upset I was.
Didn't go so well at home.
That's putting it mildly.
You know you can trust me, right? I meant what I said about not wanting to hurt you on purpose.
I told him everything. It felt so good to finally be honest. Keeping up with all the lies was exhausting.
Why did you lie to him? Shouldn't you be with someone that likes you for who you are?
Absolutely. I think I just started and it snowballed, but I have a plan. I just need one more shot with Chris to make him introduce me to his dad.
Honestly, I think even though you have good intentions, you're doing bad things to people to get what you want. Trust me, I know a little bit about that.
I got so mad that I yelled at him. No way! What you do and what I do are completely different. After school, I went to talk to Chris and begged him to listen. If you would just listen, I could explain everything. I wanted to get to know you because I really did like you.
And when you like someone, you tell them so many lies that they don't know who you really are?
Well, no, that wasn't the plan. I just kept thinking if we kept hanging out, eventually you could talk to your dad about my moms and get their jobs back.
So, you only like me for what I can do for you?
No, you're just twisting my words. Just then, a man walked up.
Hey, Chris, the guests in Cabana 3 need more towels.
Right on that, boss.
Wait, you work here? So you're not the son of the billionaire hotel owners?
Nope, that would be Harlan over there. He lets me borrow his surfboard, and sometimes when cute girls think I'm him, I just let them.
I can't believe you lied to me. I could never be with someone who lies like you do.
Hello? Pot, meet kettle. All you've done since we met is lie.
Then, like a ton of bricks, it hit me. He was right, and I was mortified because I wasn't just like him. I was quite possibly worse. It did make me realize I needed to change my life and be better. First thing I needed to do was to come clean to my moms. That night, when my moms came home, I made dinner for all of us, and I explained everything to them.
You should have come and talked to us instead of coming up with some crazy plan. We do worry about money, and life isn't easy. We may fight, but every loving family fights. We're sorry for making you feel like we're not happy. We love each other, and you. That stuff money can't buy.
I'm so sorry, too. I know I acted terribly. I just wanted you to be happier and not worry about money.
We love you, and we forgive you, but you're still grounded.
And maybe you could also let me run the water until I've gotten all the shampoo out of my hair?
Don't push it.
The next day, I started helping around the house. I also started doing odd jobs in the neighborhood to help my moms with the bills. A few weeks later, a woman called asking me to paint her fence. When I got there, she walked me into the house.
My son has told me all about you.
Your son?
I'll leave you two to work it out.
I turned around to see Brooks. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I think. I should have been more supportive.
Actually, I'm glad you did. I needed to hear the hard truth, and I'm just happy that I have a good friend who isn't afraid to tell me that stuff.
Not a good friend, a best friend.
So, I'm guessing your mom doesn't need the fence painted?
Oh no, she does. But it's a job for two.
So, just remember, every lie has two lies. The lie we tell others, and the lie we tell ourselves to justify it. Or like we say in Hawaii, it's better to lie down with a lay than lay with a lie. Hi, I'm Yuris from Arizona. Please like and subscribe. Me and my elder brother Ivan were raised by our single mom, who worked as a chef in a small restaurant. She worked really hard to give us everything, but it was never enough for my brother. How do you like this toy, Ivan? Yuck, it's so bad. I want this car.
But that's really expensive, honey, and I don't have the money for it. I need to buy diapers and food for your sister.
I hate her. Ivan just hated it. How he had to compromise on things because of me. So he secretly hid the car in Mom's bag, thinking that he could take it home. But I pointed it out right at the billing counter. Car, bag, Ivan. No, keep quiet. Unfortunately, the shop owner saw this, and since Mom didn't have the money to pay for it, he threw us out. And again, Ivan thought it was all because of me. So the next day when Mom went to work, he took me out and left me with one of the blind beggars on the streets. Stay here and don't come back. Thankfully, one of the neighbors saw this and she safely brought me home. But when Mom found out, she got really mad. Ivan, have you gone crazy? She's your sister and I told you to always look after her. No, she's not my sister. She's the reason why you won't buy me any stuff. So I just want her gone. Saying that, he stormed off and Mom turned to me and hugged me tight.
Oh, sweetie, you must have been so scared. But don't worry, your brother's just a kid. He'll come around.
Well, I hoped so too, but only he didn't. Growing up, Ivan was never around for me, and I grew up into a shy kid who hesitated while talking to others. Sometimes when they'd ask me something, I'd go completely mute and just run away. But as shy as I was really curious about things too. One time in 2nd grade, I saw 2 old men playing a game in the park. It seemed so interesting that I stood there watching for hours until they called me.
Do you want to play the game, kid?
Of course I did. I loved solving puzzles and games, and chess became the ultimate love of my life. After that day, I'd play chess all the time, every day. But Ivan just hated it, because he was the complete opposite. He never liked studying and was often caught cheating on his tests. And the worst happened when Mom lost her job and Ivan failed 6th grade. Mom was really stressed, so she ended up scolding Ivan, and he seemed upset. It's all right. I can help you with your studies. But he didn't take it the right way and thought I was making fun of him. You're gonna teach me, huh? You think I'm a kid and you're some genius because you play that stupid game? Go away. He pushed me away and I landed on my butt. Mom rushed in and picked me up. Are you okay, sweetie? But for some reason, I couldn't speak. I tried really hard, but I just ended up in tears.
Ivan, your sister was just trying to help you and you hurt her. You're grounded.
After Ivan left angrily, Mom felt something was wrong with me because it wasn't the first time that I struggled to speak. So she took me to the doctor, and that's when we discovered that I had selective mutism, a condition in which a person goes mute for some time under shock or surprise. Mom looked really worried, but I didn't want to add to her stress. It's gonna be all right, Mom. The doctor said the condition will go away with time, so don't worry, okay? Of course, Ivan thought I was making it all up to get more attention, so he spread all sorts of rumors about me at school. But I couldn't care less. There was a regional chess tournament for kids, and they were giving away a huge cash prize to the winner, and I couldn't think of a better way to help Mom. So I spent weeks practicing for it while Ivan kept demotivating me. But it was no surprise that I won the finals, and Mom threw a huge party for me.
I'm so proud of my daughter. She's like a blessing to me.
Oh yeah? And what am I? A curse to you? Ivan, it's my birthday soon, so why is she the one getting a party? Ivan caused a huge scene and Mom had to ask everyone to leave. And now I was really pissed at him. What's your problem? Why do you have to do this to Mom all the time? But he just shut the door in my face. Ugh, this boy was something. He kept getting more jealous of my achievements as I kept winning more and more competitions. And by the time I was 13, I was competing in the state championship. My final match was against a guy named Greg, and everyone said he was a ruthless player. And indeed, he defeated me with his brutal moves. He was so good. I was really curious to know more of his tricks, so I gathered up the courage to talk to him. Hey, excuse me, whoa!
Easy there, and I'm not signing anything for you.
What? No, I'm not asking for your autograph.
Then why have you been following me all the way into this elevator?
I was... And there, my mutism was back again.
It's okay, I get it. I'm so charming and handsome. Girls often go speechless when they see me.
What? This guy was so full of himself. As soon as the elevator door opened, I stomped on his feet and ran out, hoping I'd never run into him again. And thankfully, the next year, I won the state championship because Greg wasn't there. By the time I was 15, I had won enough money from different chess tournaments for us to move into a better neighborhood and for Mom to start a small cafe. Things were really looking up for us, but Ivan continued to be a brat. He failed so many times now that he was in the same grade as me in high school, but he always hung around with the bad senior kids. One time when I was walking down the hallway, I saw him picking on some kid along with his minions. Ivan, stop it! What are you doing? But what I saw next shocked me even more. Greg? What are you doing here?
Oh, so you know him. Is he your boyfriend? Then I guess I should trouble him more.
Ivan! Just then the principal came in and most of the kids ran away, except for Ivan and his gang. When the principal asked what was happening, all the guys blamed Greg for trying to prank the seniors.
No, I didn't do anything.
Greg looked at me hoping I'd tell the truth, but I couldn't. I tried really hard, but I'd just gone mute. So Greg was put into detention, and I felt so bad that I decided to go tell the truth to the principal later. But Ivan caught me on my way.
If you go and say anything to the principal now, I'm gonna make you and your little boyfriend miserable.
Gosh, you're such a jerk. I can't believe you're my brother. I wasn't afraid of Ivan, but thinking about what he'd do to Greg, I decided to let it go. Just this once. A few days later, after the detention period was over, I went over to see Greg. Hey, I'm really sorry about the other—
I don't want to hear it. Just leave me alone.
He just walked past me without listening to another word. He was in the same class as me, but he hardly talked to anyone. And when I asked him to join the chess club, he just refused. He seemed so different from the time I'd met him at the chess tournament, and I wondered why he'd changed. A few days later, it was Mom's birthday, and I decided to go to her cafe after school and surprise her. But I got the bigger surprise when I saw Greg was laying out the tables there. What the duck? I asked Mom, and she told me Greg was in dire need of money and begged her to let him work there after school. But he was a chess master and a genius. Why was he begging for money? I had to find out. After we cut the cake, I went over to him. Here, this is for you. He hesitantly took it. And then I explained to him the whole situation about my condition. At first, he looked at me weirdly, but then he just broke into a laugh.
So you weren't mesmerized by my looks in the elevator that day?
Absolutely not, but I was mesmerized by your brain for sure. Suddenly, his gaze changed, and he looked at me with bright eyes. We then talked for a while, but when I asked him about why he wasn't playing anymore, he said it was getting late and ran out of there. And I felt something was really off. So I decided to follow him and saw him secretly sneaking into a dark alley. And then he entered the haunted house in our neighborhood. That house had been empty for over 20 years and no one ever dared to go inside. Some people even believed that ghosts lived there. What was Greg doing here? I somehow gathered courage to go inside. But then I heard screams and I ran away as fast as I could. The next day, I waited for Greg at school so I could ask him what was going on, but he didn't come. Now I was starting to get worried, so on my way back home, I sneaked into the haunted house through the back door and switched on the lights. But as soon as I did, I heard that same loud scream again. Gosh, this was really scary, but I had to find Greg. I walked upstairs and saw a woman sitting on the floor in one of the rooms. And as soon as she saw me, she started screaming.
Don't hurt me, please. Go away from here. Leave me alone.
I was really confused, but I could tell the woman needed help, so I calmed her down. But just then I heard Greg's voice from behind me.
What are you doing in here, and how did you get in? Get away from my mom.
Your mom? He lifted the woman up from the floor and made her sit on a broken chair. Are you crazy? If she's your mom, then why have you kept her here like this? He didn't answer my question and kept insisting on me leaving the house. He looked really mad and I had to leave. But this felt really wrong. Why was he hiding her in there? Later that night, I was in bed when I heard a loud thud and I was shocked to see Greg standing at the window. Greg, what are you doing here? But he didn't say anything and just hugged me tight.
I'm sorry for being rude to you earlier, Eurus. I shouldn't have talked to you that way.
He then told me how his mom was diagnosed with some mental condition a few years back. His jerk dad ran away with all the money and left Greg and his mom by themselves. And ever since then, They'd been moving from place to place. But your mom needs medical help, Greg. You should at least inform your relatives or social services about it.
They're all bad, Eurus. They just don't care, and they'll separate me from my mom. I don't want that.
I promised I was going to help him with this situation, and he happily went back. But just then, my room's door flew open, and Ivan barged in.
I heard everything you and your boyfriend were talking about. I've been hearing these screams, and I thought I was going crazy. But now, I can get rid of my headache for good.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna call the mental hospital and have that crazy cuckoo taken away.
But why would you do that?
Just 'cause I can. And I will.
You're a piece of garbage, Ivan. I tried to stop him, but the very next day when I returned from school, I saw ambulances were leaving from outside the haunted house. And minutes later, Greg came running into our house.
You informed them, didn't you, Eurus? They took my mom away before I could even see her after school. No, silly. I'm the one who did it. Why does no one give credit to me for what I do?
Before Ivan could say more, Greg jumped onto him and they broke into a huge fight. I tried hard to separate them, but they didn't stop until Greg's mom came out.
Stop it, Greg!
Stop it, Ivan! Greg looked really confused, and even Ivan lost his mind.
What the minions? Is she really a ghost? What's she doing here?
I brought her here. This morning, after you both left for school, I told Mom everything and brought your mom to stay with us until things were sorted. Greg ran and hugged his mom really tight.
No. Are you kidding me? She's a psycho. She belongs in an asylum.
Stop it, Ivan. I think you're the one who needs treatment.
Shut up, you little...
That's enough, Ivan. I didn't raise you and your sister to be so different. But while she's so nice and kind, you're always looking for ways to hurt people.
That's because you always hurt me. You've always liked her more and never cared about me. And treated me like I'm a good-for-nothing.
But that's your own fault. Even though Eurus is younger than you, she's always understood me and helped me, while you just added to my troubles. And I know you're failing again this year. Enough's enough. I'm sending you away to your aunt's place in the countryside.
What?
Mom, no! Ivan ran after Mom, and Greg turned to me and held my hand.
I'm really sorry for doubting you, Eurus. I'll never be able to thank you enough for your kindness.
Well, you can actually. I'm gonna be competing for the National Chess Championship, and I'd love to defeat you at the finals.
You sure you won't be distracted by my looks?
You...
Come here.
One day, my oldest brother Derek was walking me and my twin brother Ryan home from kindergarten when a masked man leaned out of a car and grabbed me as he drove by. I screamed at the top of my lungs, and before I knew it, the police were following us and it was a high-speed chase. The masked man accidentally slid off the road and crashed the car into a tree. The last thing I remember before being reunited with my brothers was seeing him knocked out with his mask off. He was staring at me angrily. Hi, my name is Maggie, and I'm about to tell you why I can't watch Pirates of the Caribbean. I found out about my problem straight away at the hospital. Dad said, "Baby, are you okay?" The nurses looked shocked as I screamed at the top of my lungs. Monster! They thought I was traumatized, but the psychologist had another diagnosis. Turns out I had something called pogonophobia. It means a fear of beards. I know it sounds stupid and funny, but I promise it's a real disease that nearly ruined my life. I couldn't even look at someone with a stubble without throwing a fit. I mean, I broke the TV during an episode of SpongeBob because a character with a beard scared me. Even normal things like shopping were a nightmare. My parents took me to a grocery store once, and I got so scared by a cereal box with a bearded man on it, I knocked over the whole display and made a huge mess. It was a lot of stress for my parents. In fact, I overheard them talking to my brothers about me one day. Mom said, "She's crazy!" Dad said, "I know. We need to send her somewhere else. I can't handle her anymore." I burst in on the family meeting, crying hysterically, and my parents looked uncomfortable. They said that I could come back when I was fixed. That's when my second brother Joe came in. "Family sticks together. Either you keep Maggie or you lose all of us." Derek and Ryan stood by his side, and my parents shot each other an awkward look. And then they packed their bags and just left. Since then, Derek and Joe kind of became our parents. They had tea parties with me, took care of all the chores, and most importantly, defended me because of my condition. Derek was dropping me and Ryan off on our first day of school when I saw my bearded teacher and had a meltdown. Ryan said, "Didn't you get the memo about BEARDS? My teacher replied, "Wait, that was serious? I don't have time for this." Derek said, "Oh, we are very serious when it comes to our beautiful sister." He handed the teacher a razor and told him he would watch the class while he did his job. Derek was kind of intimidating, so the annoyed teacher turned white and ran to the bathroom to shave. I have to say, I'm pretty lucky to have the brothers I have. Later that year, when Ryan and I went to the school's Christmas party, I cried when I saw the Santa banners everywhere. I hid under a desk and covered my eyes. Everyone in class laughed at me, except Ryan. Ryan said, "You can open your eyes now." I said, "I can't, I'm scared." He said, "Trust me." When I looked around, I saw that he'd cut the beards off of all the Santa decorations. I was so happy, but everyone thought I was weird because of my fits. I didn't need friends though. I had my older brothers and Ryan. They were more than enough for me. One day though, I found out I wasn't enough anymore. It was our last week of middle school and Ryan decided to go on an overnight trip. I said, "But we never go on overnight trips." He said, "Well, maybe we can start. Don't you want to make friends?" I said, "No, we don't want anyone else." It turned out I didn't want anyone else. Ryan tried so hard to convince me to go, but I refused. Finally, he said he didn't want to miss out on things because of me. He tried to assure that nothing was changing between us. He said, "I'll just be gone a week. You won't even notice I'm gone." I have news for you. When we're in middle school, things change overnight. The next week, Ryan came back from the trip with a little bit of stubble. My other brothers shot him daggers as I started to sob in the corner. I asked, "What's that on your face?" He said, "I thought I'd try something new." Without even asking me? I ran upstairs and locked myself in the bathroom. Ryan came to the door and tried to explain that he wasn't trying to hurt my feelings, but this girl he had a huge crush on said she loved facial hair. I hadn't had an incident in so long. He thought I'd grown out of it. I didn't want to mess up his chances with his crush, so I agreed to try it out. My brothers were so proud I was doing well. They thought I was cured. In reality, I was purposely looking away all the time, and it was eating me up inside. One time, I was trying so hard not to look at Ryan that I fell down the stairs. See, as time passed and his stubble grew into a real beard, it was getting harder and harder to deal with my feelings. The day Ryan told me that he and his crush were finally going out, I broke down and begged him to shave it. He said, but she really likes my beard." I said, "You're already dating." He asked, "What if she doesn't find me attractive anymore?" I asked, "Is that more important than your own twin sister?" After a day of guilt tripping and a little convincing from Joe and Derek, Ryan walked into my room the next day, beard free. I ran up and hugged him. I was so happy. The next day, Ryan seemed really upset, but wouldn't say why. Joe decided to take us out to the new pizza place to try to cheer him up. Ryan asked, "Can Maggie even handle going there?" I said, "Sure I can." I tried with all my might to stay calm. Even when the restaurant was filled with bearded people, I could only do so much though. Then the waiter showed up and said, "Large pepperoni pizza for table 8. Ah! I screamed and knocked the pizza out of the bearded waiter's hands and splattered sauce all over Joe and Ryan. Ryan said, "I told you this was a bad idea." I said, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to cheer you up." He said, "Do you even know why I'm upset?" It turned out that his girlfriend had broken up with him the night before. When she heard he shaved his beard for me, she got mad that he did whatever his sister asked. He told me that I'd ruined everything. He wished I was normal. As he left, I started to cry. I wish I was normal too. Joe tried to tell me that it was okay. Ryan would get over it. He was just sensitive because of the breakup. Joe said, "It'll all be better in the morning." It wasn't. Ryan ignored me at school the next day. I nearly cried when I went to sit next to him and he told me the seat was taken. I ate lunch alone for a couple of days, till this really cute guy sat down next to me with 2 cookies, handing me one. He said, "Pretty girls like you shouldn't be sitting alone. Hi, my name's Matthew." A boy sitting next to me was sure to catch Ryan's attention. He was angry the whole time before coming up to us. Ryan said, "Is this guy bothering you, sis?" I said, "Oh, now you're talking to me? I was just upset. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Nothing could ever come between us." He was looking right at Matthew when he said that. He then sat down next to Matthew, took out his notebook, and started firing questions at him. Ryan said, "Are you serious about my sister? Have you ever had a beard? How often do you shave?" Matthew turned red and nearly fell out of his chair, saying we just met. I was ready to kill Ryan when we were all saved by the bell. Later after school, I caught up with Matthew and said I was sorry for Ryan's behavior. Matthew said, Don't worry. I get it. He's your brother. I am serious about asking you out though." I totally wasn't expecting that. And of course I said yes. I immediately texted my brothers asking if it was okay, and they surprisingly agreed to a movie date and said they would pick us up. The car ride was really uncomfortable. Joe was the driver, Derek was looking as scary as ever in the front, and Ryan sat between us in the back seat. I couldn't wait to get to the date when the biggest surprise ever happened. Why are we parking at the house? Derek turned to me and said, For your date, of course, silly. Poor Matthew had no idea what kind of date he was in for. I walked into the lounge with popcorn to see Derek grilling Matthew. You'd think he was a murder suspect being questioned by the police. Are you planning to grow a beard? What does your beard mean to you? Do you consider it a sign of your manhood? If you were with Maggie and a bearded man came over, what would you do? You have only 3 attempts to answer that. Go. I said, Oh my god, leave him alone, Joe! Matthew, let's pick a movie? Just then, Ryan walked in and said, Yeah, what are we watching? My brothers decided we were all watching a movie. Matthew wanted to watch a romantic movie, but Derek picked Frozen. I said, Guys, we aren't 5. Can we watch something less lame? Ryan said, What are you talking about? It's epic. You know, when Anna and Elsa reunite. Aww. Then Joe said to Matthew, Hey, can you make some room? Derek said, Yeah, just a little more to the left. Just like that, Matthew and I were sitting at opposite ends of the couch with all 3 of my brothers between us. At the end of our date, if you could even call it that, Joe drove Matthew home alone. I was so mad. They tried to assure me that they were just being big brothers and this was all normal. Yeah, well, tell that to Matthew. He avoided me all day and didn't respond to any of my texts. I didn't see him at lunch that day either. I was crying in the ladies' room when I heard a knock at the door asking if I was okay. It was Ryan. He said, Is there anything I can do? I told him he had done more than enough by ruining my chances with my first date. I was also silent the entire drive home from school. They bought me flowers and chocolates, trying to show me I didn't need a boyfriend since I had such great brothers. I yelled at them, saying how I wasn't going to be their baby sister forever before locking myself in my room. A few hours later, someone knocked on my door and I walked over to shout at them to go away. When I opened it, it was Matthew. I've been crying all day, and now I look like a mix between a raccoon and the girl from The Ring. I covered my face and told him not to look at me right now. He gently took my hands away and said, I don't care about all that. Listen, your brothers found me and apologized for ruining the date, and wanted to make it up to us by letting us go on a real date. My brothers were actually really sweet about it. Joe even helped me pick out an outfit and did my makeup. Matthew's jaw dropped when he came to pick me up. He said, Oh wow, Maggie, you look gorgeous. Of course they came with us to dinner and taught Matthew how to scan the room for any bearded men and shield the lady till she was safely seated at her table. But thankfully, they sat a few tables away. Baby steps. After a year of dating, my brothers really started to trust him more. I would even say they became friends. They constantly made jokes about how he better not grow facial hair now that he was a man, and never to mess with my sister or else. It really did all seem like jokes until the day he came back from summer break. When he showed up at my house after his 2-month family vacation in Europe, he brought a lot more surprises than a postcard. He walked in, sporting a scruffy beard, and I immediately screamed. Ah! Help! Derek! Derek rushed in and started screaming at Matthew. What were you thinking? We told you never to pull stuff like this! Matthew kept insisting that he thought it was just a joke because of a problem I had as a kid. He thought I would have grown out of it by now. That was it! Matthew was lucky my other brothers arrived when they did to hold Derek back. Ryan shouted at him to not come back till he had shaved again. He came back with a clean face a few hours later to apologize and talk in private. My brothers, reluctantly, let us talk alone. Matthew said sorry and explained he thought I would find it attractive, and he didn't mean to scare me. I forgave him, but I could tell my brothers weren't happy with him anymore. After Matthew left, they argued I should break up with him because he knew what he was doing. I kept trying to tell them it was all a misunderstanding, but I could tell something was up between us, and he was different now. He started making a lot of mean jokes about me. One day, I asked him if he wanted to go out to eat, and he said, Are you sure? You're not going to cry like a baby if the waiter has a mustache? I said, Why are you acting this way? Come on, be nice. He raised his voice and said, I am being nice. Putting up with your stupid condition. It's pretty hard not to have a normal girlfriend and do normal things because you have a freak out wherever we go. I was really upset and went home crying. When my brothers tried to ask me what was wrong, I said I'd just seen a bearded man on my way home and gotten scared. Ryan came to check up on me and said, Well, Matthew should have at least walked you home. I told him that Matthew wasn't my keeper. Nobody was. I decided to really push my boundaries one day. I decided I would surprise Matthew by going to the homecoming dance. I knew he was going alone because I avoided places with too many people. I only told Ryan about my plan. He kept begging me to let him come, but I insisted I needed to do this on my own, and he had to promise not to tell the others. He reluctantly agreed, but said I needed to check in every 15 minutes. I promised I would keep in touch as he dropped me off at the dance. I was trying really hard not to find anyone with a beard in the crowd, but then at one point, I caught a glimpse of a guy with some facial hair, and I screamed and knocked over the huge punch bowl. All eyes were on me. That's when I found him. Matthew asked in disbelief, What are you doing here, Maggie? His jaw was wide open in shock, and his arms were around another girl. The girl leaned closer to him and asked, You know this weirdo, babe? I ran out of the gym and into the hall, furious. Matthew came out and ran over to me. He wasn't trying to apologize, though. He was angry with me. I cried, You're cheating on me! He started rolling his eyes and shouting, "This is all your fault, you know? It's really hard to date you, and I do my best. Seriously, if you break up with me, you won't find anyone who cares about you as much as me." His face turned white when he heard Derek say, "Oh, buddy. She already has 3 men that care about her more than anything." All 3 of my brothers emerged from the hallway. This time, no one stopped Derek as he chased him screaming down the hallway. Joe and Ryan rushed over to make sure I was okay. I asked, "How did you know I was in trouble?" Ryan winked and said, "I didn't hear from you every 15 minutes. Needless to say, Matthew and I didn't work out. But that didn't stop me from trying to get better. With my brothers by my side to support me, I knew anything was possible. I started going to therapy, and I made a lot of progress. In fact, I persuaded my brothers to let me go to a college out of town. My favorite moment ever was when I came back home and my macho brother Derek met my new boyfriend with tears in his eyes. He has a beard and everything. We all hang out every weekend, and I couldn't be luckier."
Hey friends, I'm Michelle, and I want to thank MSA for giving me a chance to tell my story. Ever since I can remember, I've been jumping from one foster home to the other. I used to feel like I was never gonna find my place, but then Miss Emily stepped in, my rock star caseworker. Miss Emily used to be a foster child too, just like me, and she always told me how she understood my feelings. On my 9th birthday, I arrived at my 4th foster home feeling a mix of emotions, but Miss Emily was there to calm my nerves. Nervous? Yeah, what if I can't make any friends here? Come on, you'll make many friends. You're an amazing person, Ashal. Your foster siblings will love you. Don't worry. And since it's your 9th birthday today, I got you a gift. Come on, open it. When I opened the box, I was stunned to see the prettiest necklace ever. OMG, is this for me? Wow, I've never gotten a gift before. Thank you so much, Emily. I love you. Love you too, kiddo. Come on, let's get you inside. The moment I stepped through the door, I knew things were gonna be different. First, because the house had 4 kids, all different ages. And second, the foster mom was really cool. She gave me pretty clothes, the best food, and the comfiest bed ever. But it was just a week in, and I felt the other foster kids being a bit jealous of me. One sunny afternoon, all the kids gathered to play hide and seek. I saw them forming teams and planning their secret hiding spots, and my heart sank as I stood there, unnoticed and left out. Oh, look who decided to grace us with their presence. Must be nice being the foster mom's favorite. I think she's nice to everyone, right? Yeah, right. That's the reason we sleep in bunk beds, have to wear hand-me-downs and eat bland food, while you get to eat McDonald's and KFC. You're close to Miss Emily. That's why the foster mom gives you the royal treatment. So just go away. This is our thing, and we don't want to include you. Feeling defeated, I turned to leave, and someone caught my arm. It was Maya, one of the foster kids around my age. Cut it out, you guys. Seriously, what's with the jealousy? Michelle doesn't control what foster mom does. Oh, so you want to be her bestie? If you're so much on her side, you can leave too. Ugh, you guys are petty. Michelle, come on, let's play outside. Maya and I quickly became close friends, and soon we were inseparable. She became my closest confidant, and I told her about my big dream to be a doctor one day. And so you will be. You could be anything you want, Ishal. I really believe that. Little did I know that our friendship would soon be tested. One day, our exam results were announced, and while I didn't get the best marks, my foster mom surprised me with her praise. Ishal, I'm so proud of your efforts. Let's celebrate your progress. I'll invite Emily too. She's gonna see how much I care for you and will be pleased and put in a good word at the agency. You know, maybe I can have more kids here. The celebration was awesome, but when I returned to my room after the party, my heart sank. My precious necklace lay broken on the floor, and Maya was collecting the pieces. Oh my god, who did this? You? I'm so sorry, Ishal. It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to break. I was just trying it on, and it broke. I'll fix it, I promise. Even though I was angry, I knew it was just an accident, so I took a deep breath and forgave her. However, the next day, the foster mom saw Maya and me trying to fix the necklace, and when she asked what happened, I told her the truth that Maya accidentally broke it. She was so mad. She said Maya was grounded for 6 months and couldn't go out with friends. Maya, can I help you? No, just leave. Ashal, why did you have to be such an honest angel and tell her what really happened? You could have just said you broke it and I was helping you. but I just told her the truth. Don't try to be so noble, Ashal. We all know how you use your friendship with Miss Emily to get everything you want. I realize now you're nothing but a brat. All the other kids were right about you. But Maya, don't speak to me again, Ashal. Maya's anger ate her up, and our friendship took a major hit. But still, I held on to hope that Maya would realize her mistake and make things right. But instead, she went full-on mean girl mode. She was always rolling her eyes at me, would spread nasty rumors about me, and turned my life into a living nightmare at the foster home. It was like living in a twisted version of Mean Girls Foster Care Edition. One morning, I woke up to find my favorite t-shirt shredded to bits. It looked like it had survived a fight with a grizzly bear. Oh, seriously, Maya, did you have to destroy my clothes like a psycho fashion critic? What did I ever do to you? You think I'm gonna let you off the hook that easily? You brought this upon yourself, Ashal. But I didn't do anything. Whatever. Maya's non-stop attacks never let up, and it felt like a never-ending storm cloud hanging over me at the foster home. Seeing how miserable I was, Miss Emily stepped in and promised to find me a better foster home. Months later, she came through on her promise and found me a new place. When it was time to leave, the other kids gave me jealous looks that made me feel really bummed out. As I entered my new foster home, a bubbly girl named Tyra greeted me with a wide smile and a warm hug.
I can't believe you're here. I'm so happy. I have always wanted a sister. We're gonna have so much fun together. Mom and Dad told me you were coming, and I've been sitting on the porch since 6 a.m. Crazy, right? I'm Tyra, by the way.
She was like a kid on a sugar rush, but I fell in love with her positive energy. Thanks, Tyra. I'm Ashal. It's great to meet you. In the days that followed, I realized I had struck gold. Tyra's parents weren't loaded, but their hearts were pure gold. Seeing how much they adored Tyra filled me with hope and made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Over time, Tyra and I bonded and became BFFs. Tyra was an amazing painter who had a passion for creative expression. Even though Tyra and I shared everything, from secrets to clothes, her room was always kept like a locked vault. I never pushed her about it because our friendship was built on trust, and if her room was her private sanctuary, I respected that. But one day, while we were goofing around in the backyard, something happened. Tyra's leg came off and she fell to the ground. It was then I realized Tyra wore a prosthetic leg. I rushed over, wiped her tears away, and helped her up.
Ishal, I didn't want you to see this. I have a prosthetic leg and it sometimes comes off. That's why I never showed you my room, 'cause I take it off when I'm inside.
Wow, Tyra, you're incredible. I had no idea, but it doesn't change anything. You're still the awesome person I know and love. In fact, now I think you're even cooler. From that day forward, our friendship grew even stronger. We had each other's backs, and Tyra knew she could be herself around me, prosthetic leg or not, and it made our bond even more special. I thought life couldn't get any better, but boy, was I wrong. One day at school, I got selected for the hockey team. When Tyra's dad heard the news, he was over the moon.
Ashal, that's amazing. Congratulations, you're gonna rock the hockey team.
He was so excited that he started practicing with me every day. We'd go to the local park and work on my skills. But as we spent more time on the field, I noticed something was bothering Tyra. And one day, I asked her, "Hey Tyra, what's up? You seem a little down."
Ishal, I'm happy for you, really, but sometimes it feels like I'm missing out. I can't play sports like you do, and it makes me feel left out.
Oh, Tyra, I never realized you felt that way. But you know what? You have talents and strengths that I can never match. You're an amazing artist and have a heart full of kindness. Tyra smiled at me and hugged me tight, but when I won the championship at school, Tyra's mom and dad couldn't contain their excitement. They lifted me onto their shoulders, cheering and celebrating. But as I glanced at Tyra, I could tell she wasn't liking the attention her parents were giving me. I knew I'd have to have a talk with her again. But before that, fate threw another curveball my way. One day in the school hallway, I spotted a familiar face. It was Maya. Anger surged through my veins at the sight of her. "What are you doing here?"
What do you mean? You think only you can get a nice foster home and get into a good school? Are others not worth it? Guess what? A very nice and loving family has adopted me, and I'm living the good life.
Good for you.
Listen, Ashal, stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of your way. Understand? You better understand.
I hoped Maya would actually stay away, but man was I mistaken. One day, I caught sight of her chatting with Tyra, and my gut screamed, uh-oh, something's up. I rushed over, ready to confront Maya and set things straight. Hold up, Maya. What are you doing talking to Tyra?
Oh, just having a friendly chat. What's your problem?
Come on, Tyra. Let's have lunch. I walked away with Tyra, but once we were seated, she asked me about Maya, and I told her everything. The bottom line is, Maya is trouble.
Thanks for looking out for me, Ashal.
I was determined to keep Maya at arm's length, but one day, when I saw her with Tyra again, I was so angry. I was walking towards them, but then all of a sudden, the witch pushed Tyra. That was the last straw. Fury consumed me, and I lunged at Maya, ready to defend Tyra with everything I had. It was an all-out battle, an explosive clash. But before things escalated further, school staff intervened, pulling us apart. We were all taken to the principal's office, and when she asked Tyra what happened, the words that came out of her mouth shattered me.
It was Ashal. She pushed me and Maya and was just trying to help me, but Ashal attacked her too.
What? No, that's not true. Tyra, you know it was Maya who... Before I could finish my sentence, Tyra's tears and her parents' arrival caused a shift in the atmosphere. They saw their daughter crying, and their anger was directed right at me.
How could you do this to our daughter? We trusted you.
Feeling rejected and utterly alone, I thought all hope was lost. But just when I thought I had hit rock bottom, my guardian angel, Miss Emily, appeared. I told her everything, and she was the only one who believed me and promised she'd fix everything. After that, things got a bit tense. 2 days later, Miss Emily came to pick me up, and I thought I was going to be moving to my 6th foster home. But when I learned Miss Emily had adopted me, I felt like I was on cloud 9. I was so happy that I had tears. You're my mom now?
Yes, honey, I am.
We're gonna have so much fun. And indeed, we did have a blast. Emily and I went on exciting holidays, exploring new places and creating wonderful memories. We laughed, we played, and we grew closer with each passing day. Emily also enrolled me in a new school where I worked my butt off to achieve my goal of becoming a doctor. As time passed, I worked hard and excelled in my studies. I even received a scholarship to a great college. Following my passion, I became a doctor, and I chose to help people with prosthetic limbs just like Tyra. One day, as I was checking patients at the clinic, I saw a familiar face. It was Tyra. Recognizing me, she looked ashamed. I decided to keep a poker face and act cool. I worked on creating a state-of-the-art prosthetic leg for Tyra. When it was ready, she looked at it with tears in her eyes and finally opened up. Ishal, can we talk, please? I want to explain things. No need. But I need to. I was scared, Ashal. You don't know this, but I was adopted by my family when I was 7. Before that, just like you, I had to move from one foster house to the other. Maya made me believe that my parents would replace me with you. Mom and Dad loved you so much. You were awesome at sports. I became jealous. I was just a kid, and I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't want to lose my family, so I followed Maya's words. But after you were gone, she turned on me too. It was then I realized she had always lied about you being mean to her when it was actually the other way around. She made my life at school a total nightmare. I guess I deserved it after what I did to you. Tyra's words hit me hard, and suddenly everything made sense. I could imagine the whirlwind of emotions she went through, seeing her parents praising me while she struggled with her insecurities. It's okay, Tyra. We all make mistakes. What's important is that you realize it and you want to make things right. So, how about we try this on?
The room was lit by only our laptops. Sabrina and I were deep into our usual AFK journey match. As expected, Sabrina was nailing it, and me, well, I wasn't. You got lucky this time, Sabrina. Luck's got nothing to do with it. It's all skills. Yeah, right. Stop showing off. If you know so much about the game, I wish you'd actually get sucked into that game. Now that'd be something. I bet I'd still win. I suppose she was right. She'd still win. After all, she was Sabrina. My sister always shone bright, passing tests, grabbing the spotlight, and unbeatable in games, while I was just Ella. Plain, average Ella. The next morning, I woke up late, which only happens if Sabrina forgets our alarm. We were about to be late for school. Come on, Sabrina! When I checked her room, there was no sign of Sabrina. Then I saw her slippers near her laptop, like she disappeared. Really? Trying to make me think you're in the game? I laughed, but suddenly, I felt the pull towards the the laptop, like I was being sucked into it. And just like that, I was in a place straight out of a storybook. Huge trees with colorful leaves, bright skies, and tall mountains. There were little streams shining in the sun, and I could hear strange, beautiful sounds everywhere. It was so amazing. This had to be a dream. Ouch! Nope, not a dream. Right then, I heard someone behind me. Turning around, I almost fainted. Dianelle stood there, looking hot.
A new face in Asperia? You look lost.
OMG, you're Dianelle. I know everything about you. How you can soar into the air, becoming untouchable while unleashing a storm of sword attacks on your enemies.
Seems you know a lot about me. How about you share your story?
So I spilled the beans, telling him everything.
Fear not. I'll help you find your sister. You can't search for her alone.
Just then, Lucius and other heroes joined us, and Dianelle introduced me to them.
We Lightbearers stand for justice. Asperia will show you both its wonders and dangers.
Lucius's words hit me hard. Sabrina could be in trouble. But as I set out to look for Sabrina with Dianelle, Lucius, and the rest, I started to feel hopeful. Right in the middle of our journey, we bumped into some Hypogeans blocking our way. I was worried, thinking we were in for a tough fight. That's when Dianelle gave me a look, like he had a plan.
Watch this.
And then suddenly, everything started moving super slow. Dianelle jumped up, sword ready, and it was like I could see every little detail of him slicing through the air. How's everything so slow? What's going on? Just then, Lika fired her ultimate ability, Star Shot, shooting a deadly arrow that mesmerized me as it seemed to float in slow motion before forcefully pushing back her opponent.
Begone!
Wow!
It's called bullet timing. It lets us slow down time to hit just right.
Suddenly, Rainier, a villain from the Hypogeans, tried to sneak attack me, but Lucius jumped in front of me super quick, his shield up, stopping Rainier's attack, making him step back.
Go back to the hell that spawned you!
Wow, thank you so much. As we moved ahead, we entered the Dream Realm and saw Necrodragon, a beast straight out of a nightmare. We have to beat this thing?
Yes, we do.
The fight started, and Necrodragon unleashed his fearsome dragon's breath upon us. But Lucius was swift and blocked the attack, while Lika, Dianelle, the others, and I kept on attacking Necrodragon. Finally, after the battle, the beast fell, and we saw a path. Following it, we found Sabrina. Ella, I found you! Can you believe we're actually inside the game? Yes, it's incredible. Right after I arrived, the Necrodragon captured me. Ella, when I play, I am fully immersed. It's like I'm not just playing a game, I'm living every moment of it. That's my secret to winning. But you've discovered something even more crucial, the power of working together.
You've shown great courage today.
Remember, the bond between heroes is the strongest weapon.
And never forget, in Asperia, we stand together against any darkness.
This journey, it was more than just a rescue mission. It was about discovering our strength and the magic of teamwork. And it's just the beginning. There's a whole world out there in Asperia, waiting for us to explore.
Maybe next time. I think it's time for you both to leave.
The heroes then led us to a portal, telling us it would take us back to our world. Goodbye. The next morning, when I woke up, everything seemed normal. Was it all just a dream? Did you have a dream too? About AFK Journey? Yes! We were both stuck in the game! I don't think it was just a dream. Ella? What's that under your bed? Curious, I leaned over to look and saw it. The sword Dianelle had given me. It was all real. AFK Journey isn't just any game. It's an epic adventure that brings together strategy, courage, and friendship. With its unique art style, innovative gameplay features like bullet timing, and a story that unfolds across a beautiful 3D world, it's an RPG experience unlike any other. Available on PC and mobile, it's where you'll find your next great adventure. Asperia awaits. Are you ready to join us and discover the magic that follows?
Hi everyone, I'm Anastasia from Ukraine. Please like and subscribe. My parents were obsessed with my little sister. Everything they did revolved around her. Holidays, clothes shopping, family dinners, all of it was for Eleanor. It was like I was invisible. I had worked so hard this year at school and even became top of my class, but even that barely got my parents to stop fawning over Eleanor for more than 2 seconds. Our annual vacations were just random spots Eleanor pointed to on a map. She didn't even know where she was pointing. Last year, we ended up in Antarctica because of her. My parents thought she was so adorable in her little snowsuit. Meanwhile, I was freezing because they forgot to buy me a winter coat. This year was gonna be different though. My dad pulled me aside to talk last month.
You've been such a great big sister, letting Eleanor take center stage all the time. But you worked so hard this year and you deserve a reward. What do you want to do for family vacation?
I want to go on a cruise. I was so excited. A real vacation on a real cruise ship. For once, we were doing what I wanted. When I walked into the living room, Eleanor had her eyes closed, and then she spun around and pointed to somewhere on the map.
Looks like we're going to Panama.
Dad just said I was choosing.
You both are. We'll go on a cruise to Panama.
I can't just have 1 year that's just mine.
You're being very selfish, Anastasia. This is a compromise. You should be happy.
Why is it always me who has to compromise while Eleanor gets everything she wants? My dad looked apologetic, but he didn't stick up for me. I started to stomp off, but then I slipped on my sister's stupid toy. So annoying. I couldn't even storm away without her ruining it. But as soon as we got on the ship, I decided, you know what? I wasn't gonna let it ruin my vacation. I was gonna ditch my family and do my own thing. My parents probably wouldn't even notice me being gone anyway. I couldn't believe it. The ship was gigantic, not to mention gorgeous. I was so ready for this. Our cabin was a little small for 4 people, but that's all right. I didn't plan on spending much time in the room.
We were thinking of hitting the buffet.
Sorry, can't. I'm going to the pool. I zoomed out of there so fast, I practically left a dust cloud. I wasn't gonna get stuck in a buffet line with a bunch of old people and little kids. At the pool, I was lounging on a chair with a good romance book and not a care in the world. The best part? No nagging parents or annoying little sister in sight. I let myself fantasize about meeting a cute guy who looks like the cover model from my romance novel. Hey, not likely, but I could dream. At sunset, I walked to the railing. The sky swirled like cotton candy, and the ocean sparkled in every direction. Then I heard him.
Beautiful.
When I turned to look, I saw a boy with a long blonde mane like a lion. Was I crazy, or did he look exactly like the hero from my romance novel?
The view's not bad either.
Wow, that was cheesy, but I couldn't help blushing anyway.
Hi, I'm Damon.
I'm Anastasia.
Anastasia? Let me know if there's anything you need.
That's kind of a weird thing to say to a stranger.
I work here.
He pointed to his uniform. Of course. I felt so embarrassed. Keep it together, Anastasia. He's just doing his job. Sorry.
No worries. Want a tour?
Yeah, that would be great. Damon took me on a private tour of the entire ship. I was trying to pay attention to all the interesting facts he was telling me, but I kept thinking about how much he looked like the hero from my romance novel. Was this a dream? Or maybe my fantasies becoming real? When we passed by the kiddie pool, my sister started jumping up and down and waving her arms. Anastasia! Anastasia! Come swim with me! I put my hands over my eyes and pretended I couldn't see her. Maybe it wasn't the nicest thing to do, but I needed to set boundaries. This was my time. Damon took me up to the bridge where the captain and all the navigation tools were. It was amazing. Is it okay to be here so late? It's almost night. That's when the captain came in and yelled at us. I guess it wasn't okay. Damon took my hand and we raced back down to the main deck. What happened? I didn't know we were breaking the rules.
Technically, we're not supposed to schedule tours this late.
Damon, I don't want to get you in trouble.
You're worth it.
How would you know? You just met me. Maybe I'm a criminal.
Even if you were, I'd still like you.
My heart started to thump in my chest. Damon gently took my hand in his and then kissed me under the stars. In the cabin that night, I lay awake thinking of the kiss. I felt like I'd been transported into a real-life romance novel. Even Eleanor's snoring couldn't wipe the smile off my face. The next morning, I couldn't wait to see Damon again. But before I could leave, my mom blocked me at the door.
You know, this is supposed to be a family vacation. I'd like you to spend some time with us and your sister.
I can't right now. I already made plans. Besides, I see you guys every day. You're not coming to breakfast, Anastasia? Yes, she is. Yay! But Mom, my friend's shift starts at lunchtime. If I don't see him now,
You can see your new friend afterwards.
she didn't listen to a word I said. I was too mad to eat when we got to the cafeteria. I watched the guests at the pool having a blast. Meanwhile, I was stuck here with my parents and annoying sister. And the lady at the next table over was throwing a temper tantrum. Something about her earrings being missing. Eleanor showed me the smiley face she made with her pancakes and bacon, but I wasn't in the mood.
Do you want to help me build sandcastles when we get to shore, Anastasia?
Maybe. I knew I couldn't say no here, or else Eleanor would start crying and make breakfast even more unbearable than it already was. Anastasia, stop sulking and eat your breakfast. I tipped the plate over into my mouth like it was a bag of chips and finished the whole thing in one bite. Then I gave my mom my most sarcastic smile. Can I go now?
Go ahead, sweetie.
I hightailed it out of there before my mom could contradict my dad. Damon wasn't on the sun deck where we agreed to meet, but that made sense. I was over an hour late. Thanks a lot, Mom. I searched all over the ship, but I didn't see him anywhere. Finally, after searching forever, I approached a crew member and asked him if he'd seen Damon. What he told me made my head spin. He told me that no one named Damon worked on this ship. I said there must have been some mistake. I showed him my romance novel and said Damon looked just like the model. But the crew member said he didn't know Damon or anyone else who matched that description. I needed to think. Had I misheard Damon? No, he definitely told me he worked on the boat. He had the uniform and everything. Maybe I'd fallen asleep by the pool and dreamed the whole thing. No, I knew Damon and our magical day together was real. It had to be. There was just one thing left for me to do. I had to find him. I searched high and low, from the engine room to the balcony on the sun deck. There was no sign of him. I was almost ready to give up when I caught sight of a familiar-looking shoulder turning down the hall up ahead. I crept closer and peered around the corner. Sure enough, it was Damon. Staying as quiet as I could, I tiptoed to the door to see what he was doing. In a small cabin, Damon dumped out the contents of a backpack onto the bed. I covered a gasp. Something sparkled. It was jewelry. Expensive jewelry by the looks of it. There were rubies, gems, gold rings, diamond necklaces, and earrings. Am I interrupting?
Anastasia, I can explain.
Did you steal all of these? And what happened to your hair? Damon no longer had the long, luscious locks of the cover model from my romance novel. His hair was shorter and darker now. You did! You stole all of this! No wonder you said you'd still like me if I was a criminal. Because you're a criminal!
I'll tell you everything. Please, just hear me out, okay?
It turned out Damon had seen me by the pool reading the romance novel, then intentionally changed his hair to look like the cover model. That way, he knew I'd be interested when he came over to talk to me. And it got even worse. The whole time he was giving me the tour, he was secretly stealing jewelry from the guests we walked past. I felt so stupid, like I was an accomplice.
Look, I understand if you hate me now, but I didn't do all this for myself. My mom is really sick, and we're too poor to afford her surgery. Now I can finally get her the medical care that she needs.
You should have been honest with me. What if people think I was helping you?
I would never give you up, Anastasia. If I get caught, I'll take the full blame, I promise. And I really am into you. That part wasn't a lie.
I was still mad, but he really did have a good reason. My mom drove me crazy, but if she was sick, I'd still do anything I could to help her get better.
Maybe we can hang out in Panama when the ship docks tomorrow.
I know you did what you did to help your mom, but you used me. I'm not ready to just forgive you and act like it never happened.
I understand. If you change your mind, I'll be at the hospital visiting my mom.
When we got to the shore, I had to give Eleanor credit. Panama was really beautiful. The city was so bright and colorful, and the beaches were unbelievable. And the weather was definitely nicer than Antarctica's. Eleanor looked so lonely building a sandcastle by herself. I felt guilty. I had been kind of distant toward her on the trip so far. I think this castle needs a moat. What do you think?
And more turrets and a drawbridge.
To be honest, hanging out with her wasn't that bad. We even went collecting seashells, and she told me how when she grew up, she wanted to be like me. Really? Why?
You're the smartest person I know. You do so well in school. You're like a rock star.
I had never realized how much she paid attention to me. I wouldn't go that far, but thanks. When I looked over at my parents, I could tell they were glad to see us getting along. We finished up at the beach, and I decided to stop by the hospital to see Damon. After having some time to cool down, I wasn't that mad anymore, and I thought with all this stress from his mom being sick, it might be nice for him to have a visitor. But then when I was about to leave, my mom got in the way again.
We're going to family dinner. All of us.
I just spent all day with you guys. I need to go see my friend. He's going through a really hard time right now, and he needs my support.
Anastasia, your sister needs you too.
I'm tired of always having to put Eleanor's needs before my own. What about me? What if I want to have fun or help my friend?
You're being selfish again.
Selfish? If she wanted my kidney, you'd probably make me give that to her too.
You have 2 kidneys, honey. If your sister needs one, you should give it to her.
See what I mean? Before anyone could stop me, I stormed off. I needed to get away. My family was smothering me. At the hospital, I stopped in the gift shop to grab a get-well card for Damon's mom. I could see Damon through a window checking in on her. Aw, he was being so sweet with her. I understood now why he did what he did. I didn't want to intrude, but Damon saw me and came out.
It means a lot that you came. And thanks for not selling me out.
Of course. I got your mom a card.
Thanks. I'll give it to her later. She's sleeping now.
No, she's awake. Look, she's waving at me. I can give it to her now.
If you want. I'm just gonna go grab us some coffees.
While Damon left, I went in to give his mom the card.
Thank you, dear. You're not a nurse, are you?
No, I'm Damon's friend. We met on the cruise.
Damon? Is that the nice young man who was just in here?
You mean your son, right?
Oh, no, I don't have a son. I have 3 daughters. Have you seen my bracelet? It was just right here.
I froze. Did Damon really trick me again? I sprinted out of the room to look for him. No way was I gonna let him get away with it this time. There! Up ahead, Damon was sneaking toward the exit with a duffel bag over his shoulder. He saw me chasing him and started to run. I wasn't gonna make it on time. He was almost to the door, and I knew when he got outside, he would disappear forever. Somebody stop him! He's a thief! Suddenly, Damon tripped on a toy. He tumbled to the floor, and the bag spilled jewelry everywhere. Bullseye! It was Eleanor with my parents. They must have followed me to the hospital. Security came over and grabbed Damon before he could try to escape again. You know what? You didn't look that much like the cover model. He has way more muscles than you. I turned to Eleanor. I was so happy to see her that I actually hugged her. Anastasia, why don't you like me? Of course I like you, Eleanor. Sometimes I just want to do my own thing, that's all. But no matter what, I'll always love you and I'll always be your big sister. My dad started crying seeing us hug. He was such a big baby. And then something even more shocking happened.
I'm sorry, Anastasia. We should have given you more free time. We'll compromise more on the next vacation, I promise.
Perfect. Who's hungry?
I'm starving. I could eat. I let Eleanor hop on my back and gave her a piggyback ride to the restaurant. She may have been an annoying little sister, but she was my annoying little sister. Hi, my name is Ginny. The day I was born, there was someone who cried more than me. My dad. Not because he was emotional, but because he was in pain. In the labor room right before my birth, Mom went ballistic on him.
It's all because of you. You did this to me, jerk.
She literally pulled out chunks of his hair, and he ended up in tears. My parents just didn't get along at all. Once when I was 3, Mom threw a frying pan at Dad because he bought her a PlayStation instead of a makeup kit on her birthday.
You crazy woman. Are you out of your mind? I must be, for marrying a dumbhead like you.
When I was 5, I was really excited for my first day of school, but they even ruined that by fighting over who'd drop me off. So I just grabbed my bag and took the bus. School was my happy place. My teachers liked me, I had friends, and best of all, it was drama-free. That is, till I made the terrible mistake of inviting my parents. In the 9th grade, they came to see me as the lead in the school play, but right in the middle of a scene, I started hearing voices from the crowd, and to my horror, I realized it was my parents. Can you stop biting your nails?
It's such a disgusting habit. Can you stop chewing gum like a cow? It's giving me a migraine.
Did you just call me a cow?
No, I said you chew like one.
And before I knew it, Mom and Dad attacked. Everyone was laughing. I ran off the stage to break them up, and then the guards threw them out of the auditorium. I can't believe you guys just did that at my school. What's wrong with you?
Ginny, I'm so sorry your mom's a cow.
Oh my God. Did you really just... Stop it! I can't deal with this! I stormed out of the house and kept walking, but soon I realized I was far away from home, without a phone. Suddenly, a weird-looking man stepped out of an alley and grabbed my wrist.
Oh, my daughter, I've missed you. Let's go home. Mommy's waiting.
What? You're crazy. Let me go. Just then, a guy came out of nowhere and pushed him aside. He took my hand and we ran like crazy. Once we were a few blocks away, he turned to me.
Hey, you okay? Why are you alone in this neighborhood at night?
I told him I'd just gotten lost and he walked me back home. I was about to ask his name, but he just turned around and left. The next day at school, all anyone could talk about was my parents' meltdown, and I was a laughing stock. At lunch, I was trying to ignore everyone's comments when I accidentally ran straight into someone. It was Brittany, a new girl who'd joined our class recently. OMG, you idiot. Do you know how difficult it is to get stains out of a pure silk Prada dress? I'm sorry, but it was an accident. I guess I should feel sorry for you because you come from a family of morons. But I don't. She grabbed a glass of juice to throw it at me, but instead, she threw it at herself. Then she burst into tears and ran off. What just happened? As I walked out of the cafeteria, I saw her crying on a boy's shoulder. When our eyes met, I realized it was the boy from last night. He walked over to me, looking mad.
Hey, why are you bullying my sister?
Sister? Me? I don't know what she told you, but she...
Just stay away from her, okay?
With that, he walked away with his arm around Brittany, who looked back to grin at me. What a psycho! A few days later in the library, I was reaching out for a book on the top shelf when I lost my balance, and someone caught me just in time. Oh gosh, thank you. What's your name?
Paul. How long are you planning to stay in my arms?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thanks.
You're not welcome, and I came here for some peace. So can you stop talking to me now?
Gosh, how rude. A few minutes later, I couldn't hold it in any longer. So I just asked him, you don't even remember me?
Of course I remember you. I thought you looked really pretty that night.
And what about right now? He came closer, and my heart was racing.
Well, now I think you're kind of ugly, because now I know you're not a nice person.
Seriously? You'd have to be really dumb to not notice that your sister's a spoiled, mean brat. I pushed past him and stormed off. I just had to stay away from this jerk brother-sister pair. A few days later, our teacher announced a campfire trip. But when I got home, all my excitement went down the drain.
You don't need to go on trips. Just focus on your studies. You don't want to end up like your dad. Why not? I'm handsome, smart, and well off. And you can't even pay your pedicure bills. Here, honey, I'll sign your permission slip.
This was one of the few times their fighting worked for me. On the day of the trip, Paul came and sat next to me on the bus.
Hey, I just wanted to...
Sorry, this seat's taken. As Paul moved away, I put my backpack on the seat and put on my earphones. I wasn't letting anyone ruin the trip for me. Later that evening, everyone gathered around to play Truth or Dare. After a few turns, the spinning bottle landed on Paul, and his friends dared him to kiss me. As we crawled towards each other and our faces came close, my heart was pounding. And when our lips touched, I felt fuzzy. I was completely lost in the moment till someone shouted,
You guys trying to set some record for the world's longest kiss? Get a room or a tent.
As I went back to my spot, I could feel Brittany's death glare on me, but I couldn't care less. Later that night, I suddenly woke up to see a weird shadow on my tent. I got up to peek outside, but someone pushed me back and we both fell onto the sleeping bag. Paul, what are you doing here?
Just listen to me, okay? I'm really sorry. I do know what Brittany can be like. Also, I can't stop thinking about you since the first time we met.
Suddenly we heard our teachers' voices close by. We'll be in so much trouble if we get caught.
Come with me. I have a better place in mind.
We sneaked away from the campsite till we got to an old cabin. Once the door closed behind us, Paul pulled me towards him in the dark and started kissing me. Suddenly, I stepped on something soft, and someone screamed. Paul and I yelled too and fell back in fright. Someone flashed a light in our eyes, and we saw that it was Brittany. Another girl was there too, holding her hand and hopping around in pain. You stupid cow! You stepped on my girlfriend's beautiful hand. How was I supposed to know anyone was here?
Wait a second. Brittany, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah? Is there a problem?
Remember how you're engaged to Dad's friend's son?
So, he's seeing other people too. It's cool. We'll still get married one day. Wow, this girl was weirder than I'd thought. I made my way to the door, but to my horror, it just wouldn't open. We tried to pull it all together, but it seemed really stuck. And Brittany went off on me. Why did you ever close the door, moron? Don't you know the first rule of making out in weird places? Never close the door.
Hey, don't talk to my girlfriend that way.
Girlfriend?
Girlfriend?
I thought you were just having fun with her. No, brother. This can't happen. Break up with her now. What are you, crazy? You can't tell him what to do. And with that, I grabbed Paul and started kissing him, but to my shock, he gently pushed me aside. Good boy. Are you freaking kidding me, Paul? You're gonna listen to this psycho? He just stood there silently. I was so mad. I pushed him aside and sat down in the farthest corner. Once I was out of here, I was gonna change schools. There was nothing we could do till someone came looking for us. Brittany laid out a sack and she and her girlfriend cuddled on it together. I sat in my corner feeling cold and grossed out by their kissing noises. But at some point, I drifted off to sleep. Suddenly, I woke up to find a warm pair of arms around me. Paul, I swear I'm gonna punch you.
Shh, keep it down. You'll wake them up.
Why are you so afraid of your sister?
I promise. I'll explain everything once we're out of here. Just be quiet right now and let me kiss you.
I felt myself sinking in his arms, but moments later, I yelled out in pain when a flying shoe hit me on the head. Brittany was staring down at the two of us, looking completely manic. I told you to break it up, Paul. Have you forgotten that I know your biggest secret and I own your butt? That's it. I want to know what she's talking about, Paul. What is she holding over you? Paul suddenly looked like he was near tears.
Ginny, our mom left us years ago, but I found out recently that she cheated on our dad around the time I was born, which basically means he isn't my dad. And I'm afraid if Dad finds out, he won't want me anymore.
Oh, I know he won't. He'll send you packing to your good-for-nothing real dad. I was stunned and then really mad. So your brother told you the secret and you're using it against him? You're a psychopath, Brittany, and you should be in a mental hospital. Brittany snarled and attacked me. As we wrestled on the floor, we suddenly heard the door fling open. It was our teachers and everyone else from camp. We were all given detention for a month. On the bus ride home, I sat next to Paul and slipped my hand through his. I think you should just tell your dad. The truth will be a shock for him, but I'm sure he won't stop loving you. You don't have to live in fear. Paul smiled at me and nodded, and later that day, we went to his house together. I was waiting anxiously in the lounge while he was talking to his dad. Just then, Brittany walked in. Ugh, do I have to see your face at my house too? Well, I guess once Paul is out of here, I won't. Suddenly, the door opened, and Paul and his dad walked in with their arms around each other. Paul hugged me and said everything was good, and I was so relieved. But then, their dad turned angrily to Brittany.
Paul told me how badly you've been behaving, and I'm taking away all your privileges. You're grounded for a long time.
Brittany screamed and stormed off furiously. When I finally got home, I could hear my parents shouting all the way outside, and I decided that it was time to fix my own family's mess too. Mom, Dad, shut up! I can't take this anymore. You two are getting a divorce, or I swear to God, I'm putting myself up for adoption. For once, I actually got through to my crazy parents, and they did file for a divorce. I also found out that Brittany's rich boyfriend dumped her because he didn't know she was cheating on him, and her dad sent her to a very strict boarding school. Paul and I have been dating for a couple of months, and now we're headed off to my parents' divorce party. And no one is happier than me. Imagine you come home exhausted, and you see a bunch of presents on your bed with a weird letter. Dear Annabelle, I've been watching you for a while now. You're so beautiful and it's so distracting. Love, Anonymous. It's the third such letter you've gotten that month, along with a package of bath salts and chocolate truffles. You live kind of a crazy life. You're a star ballerina from New York with agents and assistants at 16 years old. You don't have the energy to deal with this. You're ready to relax, put on a face mask and watch MSA videos. And like and subscribe to MSA because their videos are awesome. The next day, you're in the school hallway with your childhood BFF, Luca. You guys are walking slowly since he has a new prosthetic leg. You show him the latest letter you've gotten from your secret admirer. This dude is obsessed with you. What does he mean he's been watching you for a while now? You respond that he is probably trying to be romantic. Stalking isn't romantic. I'm worried, Annabelle. You say that you are getting free chocolates and foot scrubs and that you are not complaining. Just then, the school hallway starts emptying and everyone starts whispering. You know exactly why. The new kid Isaac is walking your way. Everyone thinks he's bad news, but you think he's cute. You say that underneath his tattoos and cold, hard shell, he is probably a great kisser. Okay. Unless you want to spend your first date beating people up, I wouldn't ask Isaac out. He's got a bad rep. But your curiosity about Isaac grows each day. And one afternoon, things take a wild turn. Luca goes with you to your first rehearsal for a new show. Guess who your dance partner is? Isaac. He's a ballet dancer and cast as the male lead. He walks over to you and smiles. Hey, you go to my school. You own about 10 Gucci bags and you're always staring at me. You apologize and say that you didn't mean to be that obvious about it. Nah, I like it. I don't mind a pretty ballerina watching me. Isaac winks and walks away, and you can't help feeling butterflies. Just then, Luca comes up to you. How about I take you out to dinner to celebrate your new show? You say that he is the sweetest and agree to the dinner. But as soon as you get to the restaurant, Luca starts talking about Isaac. I wonder how many gangs he's part of. You say that Isaac is a ballet dancer and question whether Luca really thinks Isaac is some gang member. Then, you sarcastically suggest that maybe they all wear tutus and walk around on their tiptoes. Well, that might be useful if you're a thief sneaking around. You are outraged that Luca considers Isaac a thief and call the accusation ridiculous. Then, you ask Luca why he is so obsessed with Isaac. Luca suddenly falls quiet. He puts some money on the table and then leaves without a word. What's going on? You follow him out of the restaurant into the subway. You ask what his deal is and point out that he has been acting weird the whole night. Annabelle, I'm in love with you. I have been since ages, but I don't think you love me back. You're completely caught off guard. Luca loves you? You tell Luca that you never knew that and admit that you have never thought of him that way before. Do you think you ever could? You don't know what to say, but your heart is racing a bit looking into his eyes. It's okay. Don't worry. Nothing between us will change. Luca then gets on the subway and leaves. You're left there with your head spinning. But when you get to rehearsal the next day, you forget everything because Isaac's staring at you the whole time as you do your routine. You get so self-conscious that you trip over something and fall. Want some help with that routine? You say that he can help you by dancing with you. I guess I can't argue with that. Dancing with Isaac gives you goosebumps. And as rehearsal goes on, you get to know him a little bit. Surprisingly, he's a total nerd. He shows you 5 comic books he's carrying in his bag. He doesn't exactly fit the bad boy image he has, and he's fun to be around. But at the end of rehearsal, Luca shows up looking completely normal. He walks right up to you with 2 tickets. Ready for a night at the carnival? Just the 2 of us? You excitedly say that you love the carnival and call them a freaking angel. Oh, wow. I've been meaning to go too. You suggest that he should totally come with you and Luca and say that it will be fun. Luca agrees, but doesn't look too happy. And when you get there, things get heated. Luca and Isaac start competing over everything. They both keep taking selfies with you on every ride. Isaac wins you a stuffed unicorn. Then Luca wins you a life-size tiger. Luca knows how you love a good chocolate shake, but Isaac accidentally knocks it over and gets you a giant ice cream sundae. You say that you are really tired of walking them and suggest resting for a bit. Of course. Here,
Let me give you a foot rub.
You can't help smiling at how sweet Luca always is. But just as you're ready to get up, Isaac literally sweeps you off your feet.
I'll carry you, Anna. We can't have your pretty ballerina feet hurting. Hey, I can carry her too. Dude, with your leg? Probably not. Just chill out. I got her.
Finally, you tell the boys you want to ride the Ferris wheel. You state that it will be a quiet ride with no selfies and ask them if that is understood.
Whatever you say, madame. Yeah, as you wish.
But when you get to the Ferris wheel, you see it's only a two-person ride, so you have to take turns riding with both. You go with Isaac first, and then you guys get stuck at the top.
Can I tell you a secret? I've never gone out with a girl before. I've always been too shy to talk to girls.
You express surprise, saying that you never would have guessed that he would be shy.
Hey, I'm still human underneath these biceps, tattoos, and amazing hair.
Isaac's face is inches away from yours, and suddenly he's leaning in, and he kisses you, and you forget everything else. But when you get to the bottom, you see Luca with his eyes full of fire. He gets onto the ride, but seconds later bursts out angrily.
So what, you guys are a thing now?
You hesitantly say that you guess he saw you two kiss, then clarify that he kissed you, but... Suddenly, Luca's hands are on your face, and he kisses you. Your stomach is doing backflips.
I said nothing would change, Annabelle, but it has. I need to know if we can be more than friends.
You hesitate and say that you're not sure. Then you admit that you might like Luca, but also like Isaac.
But you barely even know him. You've known me since we were kids.
You point out that it doesn't mean you can't like someone else more.
Oh, so you do like him better.
You clarify that that's not what you said.
Annabelle, I'm going home. I guess I need some space from you right now.
Luca walks away, and things change after that. You start spending more time with Isaac since you rehearse together every day, and you can feel the chemistry growing. But you hardly see Luca over the next few weeks, and you really miss him. Then one night, you're walking to the subway after rehearsal when you see someone with a black mask coming towards you. You freeze for a second, and then swing your purse to smack him with it. He drops what he's holding and runs away. It's a package with your name on it. He's the guy that's been sending you all that anonymous mail. This time, when you open the package, there's no present, just a single note that reads, "Why don't you love me?" And suddenly, you get a shocking thought. What if the stalker is Luca? He's been in love with you for ages, and he knows where you live. The next day at school, you see Luca in the courtyard. You walk up to him and push him. You call Luca a creep and accuse him of being your stalker.
What? Are you crazy?
You accuse him of following you to the subway last night and running away after leaving the note.
Annabelle, I can't even run properly. Don't you think you would have noticed my limp?
Of course. He was right. You feel so stupid. Suddenly you start crying, and Luca puts his arms around you. You say that you weren't freaked out before by the letters and presents, but now that Isaac is following you, you feel scared.
Hey, I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
You feel so safe in Luca's arms, and you look up into his eyes. He's leaning closer, and you pull away. You tell Luca to stop and say that you can't kiss.
Because you have a boyfriend now?
You confirm that you do have a boyfriend now.
And I'm just your friend. It's because of my leg, isn't it?
You exclaim in shock and ask how he could even think that. Luca doesn't answer and storms off. You go looking for Isaac, but he's not at school because he's sick. You spend the next few days alone, and riding home, you're terrified of running into your stalker again. Finally, the night of the show comes, and Isaac comes into your dressing room to wish you good luck. He's leaning in to kiss you, but just then, Luca comes in.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your makeout. Just wanted to wish you good luck, but I'm guessing Isaac already did that.
Then all of a sudden, Isaac turns to him angrily.
Dude, just let it go already. Annabelle doesn't want to be your girlfriend. It's time you stop acting like a jerk and be happy for her. And yeah, she and I were in the middle of a kiss.
At that second, Isaac pulls you close to kiss you, but you can see the hurt in Luca's eyes, and you just can't do it. You tell Isaac to stop and say that Luca already gets the point.
He has to get over himself. It's not fair to us.
You look over at Luca, but he's already left. You take some time alone after that to do warm-ups. Then suddenly, you feel someone watching you. It's the masked guy from the other night. He runs out of your dressing room and you go after him, but he's disappeared. That's when you see the basement door is open. You go inside, and it's pitch black. Suddenly, the stalker comes up from behind and pushes you to the ground, and you hear the door close and lock. You bang on the door like crazy, calling for help, but no one hears you. You stay locked inside all that night. Finally, the next morning, the door opens and a bunch of cops come in. Your parents are crying and asking if you're okay. Just then, you see a policeman with a boy who looks around 14 years old.
This is the young man who's been stalking you, sending you letters and presents for the past month.
I've just had a crush on you ever since I saw you perform, so I saved up my allowance to buy you presents. I know I kinda got carried away, but I didn't mean to freak you out. You ask him if he is kidding, then you accuse him of locking you in a dark basement all night.
No, it wasn't him who locked you in the basement.
To your horror, you notice Isaac is in handcuffs with another cop.
We did a background check and your friend here has a restraining order from his ex-girlfriend. He's a criminal.
You ask in confusion what he is talking about.
Annabelle, I locked you in that basement because I was angry. You didn't kiss me in front of Luca, and that made me think you had feelings for him. I hated you at that moment. And yeah, I lied. I did have a girlfriend, and she pushed me away, just like you did.
You feel like you're gonna throw up as the cops take Isaac away. The next day, you sit at your favorite spot in the park to collect your thoughts. When someone sits beside you,
want some company?
You tell Luca that he was right about Isaac and admit that everyone was right about Isaac being bad news. You acknowledge that you were the only one who didn't see it.
I also didn't do a great job looking out for you.
I acted like a warm breath on your lips. You say you want to try it again so you can be sure. Hi, teen. My whole life changed. My parents had gone to Syria as part of a medical team, and a few days later, they were reported missing. As search teams still looked for them, I was sent to live with my aunt and cousin in Turkey. Aunt Rabia was extremely wealthy, and she lived in a huge mansion with her daughter Amel. Aunt welcomed me warmly and showed me around the house. There were beautiful decorative items in every corner. Oh wow, this vase is so pretty.
That's Amel's choice. We bought it in Paris last year.
You've seen the Eiffel Tower? I've heard it's gorgeous. I suddenly stumbled backwards and knocked the vase off the table, and it shattered into pieces. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'll just call someone to clean up the mess, and we'll see the rest of the house later, okay?
Gosh, why was I so clumsy? At dinner, I tried to be extra careful not to drop anything, and Aunt noticed my nervousness.
Are you still thinking about those vases? Don't worry about it. But just in case Amel says something, don't take it too seriously, okay?
What do you mean?
Well, her heart's in the right place, but she just has, a different way of expressing her feelings. Just know that we're both very happy to have you here.
I wasn't quite sure what Aunt meant, and I was quite curious to meet this mysterious Amel now. Aunt had to leave when she had an important call during dinner, and as I cleared up the plates, a group of laughing girls barged in. One of them spotted me and said, "Hey, you, go get something to drink for me and my friends." This girl must be Amel. "Hi, I'm Zara, and I didn't ask for your name, did I? Just go get me a Coke and an iced tea and a coffee. You know where the kitchen is, right?" I nodded and returned soon with the girls' drinks, and no one even said thank you, which felt odd to me. Just then, one of Amel's friends accidentally knocked over her glass, spilling her drink on the table. Amel snapped her fingers at me, and I wiped up the mess and left. Later, as I was watching TV in the lounge, Amel walked in alone, and she suddenly looked livid. "I know you're new, but are you crazy? You're a maid here, not a guest." "Actually, I'm not the maid. I'm your cousin, Zara." Amel looked taken aback. "So why were you acting like a maid before?" "I wasn't. You just asked me for something, so I did it." "But why? Are you some kind of moron who just does everything she's told?" "No, but you're my cousin and I didn't mind helping you out." She just stared at my face, then started laughing and walked off. One day, Aunt was telling me about how she'd started her skincare company alone, and now it was $1 million business. I was really impressed. "I want to take my brand global, and I'm looking for someone to model the new range." "But you're so gorgeous yourself, Aunt. You should be the face of your products." "Jeez. Yeah, she's letting you stay in her home, but there's no need to be such a suck-up. No, I'm serious. Aunt is stunning, and you take after her, you know. As if. I guess Mom hasn't told you her little secret yet. And suddenly, she leapt forward and grabbed Aunt's hair. I thought she was gonna hurt her, but then Aunt Rabia's hair came off. It was a wig, and she was completely bald. Aunt looked really embarrassed, and I was shocked beyond words. But Amel just laughed and walked off singing, "Mom is a baldy, Mom is a baldy." Aunt quickly tried to put her wig back on, but I stopped her. Amel shouldn't have done that. But Aunt, you're stunning even without your wig.
Oh, Zara, you don't have to say that. I lost all my hair due to alopecia a year ago, and I know I look like a freak.
No, you don't. You look strong and beautiful, like a superhero straight out of a Marvel movie. It really suits you.
You really think so?
Absolutely. I started school soon, and I felt a little out of place, but I decided I'd just focus on my studies. One day, I was having lunch outside in the schoolyard when a football came flying out of nowhere and hit a young boy playing close to me, knocking him down. I immediately helped him to his feet, then took him to the bathroom and got him cleaned up. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm fine. But wait, my iPod. I can't find it. It must have fallen down somewhere. Don't worry, I'll help you look. We both went back to look for it, but when I found it, it was completely smashed, like someone had stepped on it. The boy was about to burst into tears, and I quickly said, "Hey, don't cry. Okay, how about I give you mine?" Really? Is your mom gonna be okay with that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom won't mind. There, it's all yours. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Suddenly, someone behind me spoke.
Wow, awesome indeed.
I turned around to see a tall, handsome boy holding a football.
I'm sorry, that was my football that hit him. Kicked it a little too hard.
I think you should be saying sorry to him, not me. But the little boy was already skipping away with my iPod.
I guess I owe you an iPod. Why'd you give yours away anyway?
Because it's just an iPod, and look how happy he is. He was about to say something when suddenly Amel appeared and threw her arms around his neck. There you are, babe. I see you've already met my cousin. And Zara, this is my fiancé, Murat.
Oh, you two are cousins?
Yes. Remember I told you about the orphan cousin from Libya that we took in? You know how big-hearted Mom is. It's Lebanon, and I'm not an orphan. My parents will be back soon. But yes, my aunt is generous and amazing. And with that, I walked away. A few days later, Aunt was hosting a dinner for Murat and his parents. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. But when the soufflés were served, they had sunk in, and Amel called for the cook. Did you expect me and my guests to have this soup for dessert? I know you're not the brightest, but how stupid do you have to be to mess it up?
Amel, that's enough, honey. You can go now.
I felt furious. I wanted to tell Amel off so badly, but I didn't want to create a scene. Later that evening, as we all sat in the living room, Murat suddenly turned to me and said,
I've noticed that you're always wearing this big watch. It seems too heavy for your wrist.
Oh, yeah, it's my dad's. Mom gave it to him for his birthday, and, well, I've just borrowed it till they get back home. Zara, could you please not talk about your parents? It's just uncomfortable.
It's not uncomfortable for me to talk about them.
Yes, but it makes other people feel weird. No one wants to talk about depressing stuff. I felt angry tears stinging my eyes, and I quickly excused myself and went out to the garden. I found the poor cook crying outside, and I consoled her as best as I could. As she walked away, I turned to find Murat behind me.
Your cook seemed really upset. Maybe Amel was a bit harsh, but I guess you have to deal with servants a certain way.
A certain way? The only way to deal with anyone is with respect.
Yes, but she made a mistake, and Amel had to tell her.
Not in front of everyone, and not like that. And the cook is only human. Her son is really unwell, and she's worried. And even then, she prepared a whole feast for us.
Do you know everything about all the servants?
I do talk to them, don't you?
Sure, to give instructions, but nothing about their personal lives.
They live in your house and serve you every day, and you don't care to know anything about them?
Wait, are you saying I'm arrogant?
Well, yes. Yes, I am. I started walking away, but suddenly, he gently grabbed my wrist.
Amel shouldn't have said that about your parents. I'm sorry, and I'm sure they'll be found soon.
Me too. And thank you. And then I left. The next evening, when I went to the kitchen, the cook seemed to be in a really good mood, and she told me that Murat had offered to fully pay for her son's treatment. I guess he wasn't so bad after all. A few weeks later, I was walking out of a cafe in town when I walked straight into someone. Murat. A small velvet box fell at my feet, and we both quickly bent down to pick it up, and ended up bumping our heads really hard. Then we both burst out laughing and sat down on a bench.
I just picked out a ring for Amel. You know, we have our engagement party in 2 weeks. What do you think?
He opened the box to reveal a diamond ring. I'm sure she'll love it.
But I asked what you think.
It's lovely. I'm just the wrong person to ask about diamonds.
Well, what kind of ring would you want if you were getting married?
I've never thought about it, and I haven't thought about marriage either. But if it ever happens, I just hope I'm as happy as my parents. And they've never had anything fancy, so I don't think that stuff matters. Murat looked at me with a strange expression, and for some reason, it made my heart flutter.
You're nothing like your cousin, Zara. In fact, you're unlike any girl I know.
Just then, a few raindrops fell on us, and Murat said he'd drive me home. Nope, I'm walking. It'll be fun.
But you'll get wet.
Exactly. When was the last time you walked in the rain, Murat?
Never.
That's just sad. It won't kill you, I promise. I started walking, and he joined me. And then it started raining really hard, and he took off his jacket and put it over my head as we ran for cover, laughing like kids. When it slowed down a bit, Murat walked me home, and I asked him if he'd like to come in and see Amel.
No, I should be heading home. But thank you, Zara. I haven't laughed this much in ages. You're something else.
He smiled, and my heart was fluttering again. I went in, trying to push away that stupid feeling. But just as I was about to walk into my room, someone pushed me hard. It was Amel. What were you doing with Murat, you witch? Hey, can you calm down? We just bumped into each other and he walked me home. Wait a second. Is that Murat's jacket you're wearing? Suddenly, I realized that he draped it around my shoulders and I'd forgotten to return it. Look, it started raining and he was just being nice. Listen to me loud and clear, Zara. He's my fiancé and I don't want you hanging out with him. I didn't plan it, Amel. I'll just stay away from him. You don't need to feel so insecure. Suddenly she pounced at me and snatched the jacket away. Why would you make me feel insecure? You're just a poor orphan living on our charity. Someone like him would never even think about someone like you. And neither would I. But if you call me a poor orphan one more time, Amel, I might just punch your face. And with that, I pushed her out of my room and slammed the door shut. I was getting sick of her. After that, I completely avoided Murat in school or any time he visited Amel at home. He was her fiancé, and it was best for me to stay away from him. The engagement party was being hosted by Aunt, and the whole house was buzzing with excitement. But just as they were about to exchange rings, Murat suddenly stopped and looked up at her.
Amel, I can't do this. I can't get engaged to you.
What? What do you mean?
I'm really sorry. I tried, but I just can't convince myself to go through with this. It isn't fair to us both.
What are you talking about, Murat?
I'm in love with someone else, and it's not you. I'm sorry.
Murat left the room and everyone just stood there, speechless with shock. Amel burst into tears and ran off to her room. What had just happened? Aunt Rabia looked really upset. An hour later, when I went up to my room, I was shocked to see that the whole place was trashed, and Amel was standing in a corner, holding Dad's watch. Amel, have you lost your mind? And what are you doing with my watch? I was waiting for you to come so I could show you. And with that, she put my watch on a table and smashed it with a hammer. Oh my God, no! What did you do? That was my dad's. How could you? Well, I don't think he's coming back for it. And suddenly, I snapped. I leapt forward and grabbed her hair, and we broke into a huge fight. Moments later, Aunt walked in and pulled us apart. What's gotten into you two?
She stole my fiancé. She's a snake, Mom.
I don't know what you're talking about, you psycho. Aunt took Amel away, and I climbed into my bed and cried for what seemed like hours. The next day, Aunt came into my room with a really serious face.
Zara, I'm sending you away to live with my cousin in another city, and you'll be attending school there. I'll pay for everything, of course.
I stared at her face, feeling a bit heartbroken. I loved my aunt, and I didn't want to be away from her. I wish you would believe me that this isn't my fault, Aunt Rabia.
I do believe you, but I have to take care of my daughter, and I don't think it's a good idea for you two to be around each other. I hope you'll understand.
I left to stay with Aunt's cousin the next day. I missed her a lot, but her cousin was kind too, and I soon settled into my new school and tried to forget about my life before. But I never gave up hope that my parents would be found one day. I worked hard for a scholarship and got into a good university. One day, as I was walking out of university, a gust of wind suddenly blew some papers out of my hand, and as I ran after them, I tripped and was about to fall face forward when someone caught me.
I got you, and your papers too.
I looked up in complete shock. It was Murat. What are you doing here?
Obviously looking for you.
But why, Murat? You don't know how difficult you made things for me.
I know, and I'm really sorry. When I found out you left, I knew there was no use coming after you, because you'd never make your aunt or Amel unhappy. And I went away myself, trying to forget you, but I just couldn't. You somehow changed me, Zara. I don't want to just settle for something ordinary anymore. I want to be with someone who makes me happy, who makes me better. I'm in love with you. Maybe since the first time I met you.
It was the sweetest thing I'd ever heard, and my eyes welled up. I never really stopped thinking about you either, Murat. But I don't think we can be together. My aunt would be convinced that I broke you and Amel up, and she'd hate me.
That's another reason why I'm here. Your aunt's been sick for a while, and I think she'd really like to see you. There's something she wants to tell you.
I immediately dropped everything and went to see Aunt Rabia, and I was shocked to find her so weak. Why didn't you tell me you were sick, Aunt? Who's been taking care of you? Where's Amel?
Amel got married to a rich, much older guy some months ago, and she left. She hasn't visited me since.
Well, I'm here now. Aunt tearfully took my hands.
My darling Zara, I'm sorry that I ever sent you away from me. I was angry then, but I don't blame Murat for falling for you. You're the best person I know, and you have my blessing to be with him. You deserve every bit of happiness.
I hugged Aunt tight, and then she said something that shook my world.
There's something else, but I had to be absolutely sure before I could tell you. I got a call from an agency in Syria that had been trying to reach you. Zara, your parents have been found. I spoke to them myself, and they're flying in tomorrow.
I just couldn't stop the tears from flowing. It sounded unbelievable, but I'd never, ever lost hope. I left Aunt to rest and found Murat waiting outside. You knew about my parents?
I did, but I had to let your aunt be the one to tell you.
I can't wait to see them again and introduce them to you.
I'm so happy for you, Zara. It looks like it's gonna rain. Let's go for a walk, shall we?
I'd really love that.
I woke up in a terrible place I'd never seen before. I screamed in horror. A guy next to me put his hands on my shoulders and told me to calm down. I screamed even louder when I saw him. Then he gently put his hand on my mouth and said, "Please, calm down. I'll explain everything. I'll take my hand away now, okay?" I nodded. He pulled his hand back and, oh boy! I looked into his eyes. He was so cute. I demanded to know who he was, and he said, "I'm your brother. I just told you half an hour ago." What is he talking about? I don't have any brothers or sisters. Do I look like a crazy person to you, moron? He explained that he'd been looking for me for years. He'd finally found me. He'd waited for me after school and had tried to talk to me and explain everything. But you passed out. I had to get you here. I didn't have a choice. I started screaming again. He pushed me into the corner and stood up. He said, Sorry, sis. I have to do this. Forgive me. And just like that, he left. I looked around, and for the first time, I noticed that I was in a bank vault filled with gold and safes. This was crazy. Then I looked back at him, and I could see him clicking a digital locker. The wall opened, and I saw a super fancy apartment behind it. Minutes later, he came back with some fancy-looking food and asked me to eat. I'm not going to eat anything until I know what on earth is going on. Okay, you lose. He started eating, making all these annoying noises. Such a creep. After he was done, he offered me some water, and I agreed to drink. I asked him about this place and why we were here. Oh, I live here. Who lives in a bank vault? Its owner. This was getting more confusing. I asked him how he could own a bank vault when he only looked about 18. He said he was a self-made billionaire who created mobile games and had a huge company. I asked him why he was keeping me here, and he suddenly looked really mad and got up to leave. You asked too many questions. I started crying and begging him to come back. I just want to talk to my parents. Please. He froze. Don't worry about them. And with that, he left. He came back minutes later with a blanket and a pillow. Don't bother crying for help because no one can hear you in here. I asked him about my phone. Oh, I think we forgot it at the restaurant. Here, take this. He threw the latest iPhone he was carrying. I was thrilled. I waited for him to leave and dialed my dad's number. The phone didn't have a SIM card in it, and I couldn't download any message app because there was no signal or internet connection. Of course that would be the case. How dumb of me to think I could use the phone to get out of here. The phone was filled with all of his stupid games, and I played them all night till I fell asleep. After a few hours, I opened my eyes, and his face was very close to mine. He was looking at me creepily. It startled me and I pushed him away. You do look a lot like her. Like who? Our mom. Listen, you creep. If you knew my parents, why didn't you just come to our house and introduce yourself like any sane person would, instead of keeping me here like a psycho? He gave me a cold look and changed the subject. Here, I got you some food. This time, I was really hungry, and I ate all the food in one go, while he just kept looking at me like a creep. Again. Can you at least tell me your name, brother? He looked deep into my eyes. Justin's mother has 2 children, a girl and a boy. The girl's name is Abby. What's the boy's name? My name's Abby. Was he talking about my mother? The child's name would be Justin. That is correct, but Justin's mother loved Abby more. Justin's mother didn't love Justin, and he walked away. This time, I watched him carefully and memorized the digital code. I had to run away. He seemed dangerous. He got back a minute later, dragging a disc table with a big TV on it. He sat next to me, holding a popcorn box. A video started playing. It was me! My 7th birthday party, my 4th grade math competition, my trip in the 6th grade, my first date, my first ballet show, my first driving lesson. I gasped. Had he been stalking me? I got angry. I started yelling at him and demanding answers. Who are you? And what do you want from me? Why don't you just eat some popcorn and chill? I threw the popcorn box away and started crying. He got up and started apologizing. Please, calm down, sis. I pushed him away. How am I supposed to calm down, you psycho? And don't call me sis. I can never be related to someone like you. He suddenly froze and looked really hurt. He whispered, I'm sorry, sis. I can't explain. And then he left. But he forgot about the TV. I tried to see if it was connected to Wi-Fi. And it was! I was about to open Gmail to send my parents a message when I noticed a file in the left corner of the desktop. It said, a letter from my parents. I immediately clicked on it. There were 2 files. A picture of my parents when they were younger holding a baby, and the second file was a letter. It was written yesterday. It said, Dear Justin, son, we are so glad that you finally agreed to meet us. Your sister Abby will be thrilled. We haven't told her about you yet because... Suddenly, Justin opened the door and glared at me. He turned off the TV and dragged it inside. It's not the right time for you to know. I was shocked. Why hadn't my parents mentioned him before? A while later, I knocked on the door till he answered. What? I need to go to the bathroom. He gave me a cold look. Follow me. He walked towards the opposite wall behind me. He took a remote control from his pocket, clicked a ball, and suddenly, the wall opened up. A big fancy bathroom appeared. The walls, the toilet, the sink, everything was made of gold. I was about to turn around to shut the door when I bumped into Justin behind me. I need some time alone here? He was looking down at his phone. Fine, but I need your help with this since it's your favorite channel. You have any idea why they created My Story Animated? I looked at him for a moment and realized he was serious. So I said, I guess this dude, the channel's owner, has been in love with telling people stories since he was little. You know, like it's his passion. Justin looked impressed. You're smart. I asked why he was asking. It's nothing. It's just something related to my job. He got out, and I shut the door. He said while leaving, call me when you're done. It doesn't open from the inside. I tried to find a window or anything to help me escape, but there was nothing. After I was done, I called Justin's name. He didn't respond. I called him again, and I heard nothing. I started to freak out, screaming his name. Justin! Just open the stupid door! After 5 minutes, he opened the door and started laughing like an idiot. Being a brother is so much fun. I shoved him. Not cool! Then he started to leave. I knew I had to do something or ask something just to make him speak. So I blurted out, "Why did my parents abandon you?" He froze for a second and stuttered. Because they were too young and poor for the responsibility. They put me up for adoption. They made a mistake, and I had to pay the price. And that is not fair. And with that, he started walking away again. I tried to run after him to stop him. I needed to tell him that it wasn't my fault. Suddenly, I stumbled and fell flat on my face. He immediately ran over to me and took me in his arms. He looked really worried. "Are you okay, sis?" I said I was fine, but he didn't seem convinced. He ran to his apartment and got a first aid kit, then started taking care of my leg, which hurt a bit. Then he got food and drinks and an iPad to keep me company. He was treating me like a little kid, and it was actually really sweet. He didn't want to leave until I swore 1,000 times that I was fine. "Dude, I swear, it's nothing. Go now." He left, and honestly, I felt a little warm inside. I didn't know why. Maybe he wasn't completely crazy after all? After a couple of hours, I heard a loud noise and a bang on the door. Justin then opened the door and came running over to me. He looked scared. "Abby, I need your help." But before I could respond, he fell to the floor. Oh my god, did he just pass out? I looked at his face. Darn, we did look alike. I seized the opportunity to escape and ran to the door. I entered the code and the door opened. To my utter surprise, I saw a girl standing in front of me. I screamed, "Please help me! This psycho kidnapped me!" She didn't move at all. Don't call him a psycho. He's my husband. She pushed me back into the vault. I tried to fight, but she was really strong. Justin woke up. "Get away from Abby, now." "Are you okay, my love? Did this girl hurt you?" "No girl messes with my husband." "I'm not your husband, Judy. We broke up. You're only my assistant now." "Okay, this is getting weirder. Now I have to deal with 2 psychos." Then Judy pushed me back, went straight over to Justin, grabbed his face and kissed him. "You're mine, Justin!" He pulled away and yelled at her. "I don't want to deal with you right now." He turned to leave. She followed him out. Before closing the door, Judy said, "Oh, your sister knows the code. Change it." Justin looked at Judy with a warm smile. He leaned in and gave her a kiss on the cheek. "Thanks for letting me know." In seconds, the code was changed. "See ya, sis." Then they both went inside. "Okay, weirdos, I'm going to punch the 2 of you when I leave this stupid place." I looked around properly for the first time. The place was breathtaking. I started to wander around. I picked up one of the gold bars, and it was so heavy that I almost dropped it. I looked at it, and it had my name carved on it. That was strange. I looked at another bar, and it also had my name. And then another, and another. They all had my name on them. I felt so confused and alone. I sat on the ground, and before I knew it, I was fast asleep. After a while, I heard someone whispering my name. It was Justin. I opened my eyes and said out loud, "Hey, why is my name?" But he put his hand on my mouth again. "Be quiet, please. I see you saw all this. Your name is there for a reason. I can't explain. Now please leave this place and go to your corner. Don't stay here. Trust me on this one." Trust him? How could I? Then he held me by the arm. This time, I didn't push him away, and I wasn't sure why. He took me to my corner. "Listen, Abby, about that girl, Judy." Then his phone started ringing. How was that possible? There was no signal. He looked at his phone nervously. His face turned pale, and then he looked at me. "I have to take this right now. We need to leave this place as soon as possible. It isn't safe." And then he left. I heard him talking on the phone. "Yes, she's still here." Minutes later, Judy burst in. She walked over to me and snatched my necklace from around my neck. I liked it the moment I saw it, and I think it looks better on me. "Hey, that's mine! Give it back! Come on! You have an entire bank vault filled with gold, and you want my cheap necklace? It's from my mom! Give it back, now!" "Yeah, I know it's from your mom. That's why I took it. Judy takes anything she wants." She stuck her tongue out at me and left. After a couple of hours, Justin came back and he was sweating a lot. He was wearing a formal suit now. Judy followed him, wearing an ugly wedding dress with my necklace. Her smile was creepy. She told me to get up, handed me a Bible, and said, "Marry us." I was shocked and froze. I stared at both of them. Then Justin gave me a worried look, and he nodded. He looked terrified, and I knew I didn't have any choice but to agree. I held the book in my hands, and Justin and Judy stood in front of me. When it was time for the wedding vows, Judy said, "Justin, my only lover, I know we've only known each other for 6 months, but I believe we're meant to be together. I knew it the moment you agreed to bring one of your family members to meet me. I wish it was your parents and not your stupid sister. But it's okay. I forgive you." I was stunned. Who was the psycho? And what did she do to my brother? Did she blackmail him into bringing me here? She was smiling from ear to ear. "Come on, babe. It's your turn. Don't be shy." Justin gulped. "Judy, my lovely partner, I loved you more than..." Loved me? Justin tried to calm her down and begged her to let him finish. "I love you more than this bank vault and all of its contents." And he looked at me out of the corner of his eye. Was he trying to tell me something? The bank vault and its contents? Ugh, you're so bad at this. Just shut up and put that ring on my finger. Just marry me. Marry me. I said I had to ask the question first. "Do you take..." "He does. I do. We do. You're annoying me now. Just shut up." Then she snatched the ring and put it on, and quickly put his ring on his finger. She then pulled his face to hers and kissed him. "Oh, by the way, I have good news for you, babe. I'm pregnant." Justin's jaw dropped, and so did mine. That's awesome, babe. "If it's a girl, I'm going to name her Abby, although I don't like your sister. But I love how much you love her. I mean, you carved her name on all the gold bars. How sweet. I want my daughter to feel that she has a family and she belongs to someone. Okay, we're done here, babe. We need to leave. Let's go." And they both stormed out. This was insane. But I remembered what Justin had said, and I ran to the vault. I opened one of the drawers, and it wasn't locked. That was strange. But what was inside was even stranger. White papers. I opened another drawer, and it had the same. I opened another, then another one, and then one more. They all only had white blank papers in them. What was this place? I opened the drawers on the opposite side, and they had the same white papers. I sat on the floor feeling helpless and started crying. Then I saw it. It was a piece of paper on the floor. It had a number in a big font in the middle. 1111. I tried to understand what it meant. Then the big safe caught my attention. It had a digital locker next to it. I ran to it and entered the code, 1111, and the safe opened, and there I was, standing in front of the highway. I ran out terrified. "Help! Help! Someone help me, please!" A woman stopped her car and opened the door. I asked for her phone and called my parents. "Come here now and call the police. My brother was kidnapped. His psycho girlfriend kidnapped him. My brother is in danger." An hour later, the police arrived, and I explained everything. Within an hour, they'd found Justin and Judy. I ran to Justin and hugged him tight, and we both cried. "I'm sorry about all of this, Abby. I'm sorry for the way I treated you when we first met. I was mad at you because I thought it wasn't fair that you got to live with my parents and I didn't. I was mad at everyone." My parents joined us and started apologizing. Justin assured them that he forgave them and said that he hadn't wanted to meet them this way. I love Judy so much. It was such a toxic relationship. So I'm not going to get any of those gold bars with my name on them? Yes, you will.
I woke up in the middle of the hallway when suddenly I heard kissing noises from my twin brother Mark's room. I took a peek from the door and had the biggest shock of my life. He wasn't kissing his girlfriend or another girl. He was kissing my boyfriend, for the love of God. I was so shocked I started nosebleeding. I barged into the room screaming, "What did I do wrong? Don't you like my long hair anymore?" "My love, Mark shoved him away and defensively said, "Get out of my room, you little perv." He then ran to the window and started pretending to throw up violently. "Oh, and now you're pregnant? La good guy." "Shut up, brat. It's not what you think." My boyfriend immediately jumped out of the window without any explanation and was never seen again, ever. He was a jerk anyway. Mama barged in and asked what happened. "Ma, Mark kissed my boyfriend." Correction, her stupid boyfriend sneaked into my room and kissed me. Gadidi, it's not my fault that both girls and boys are crazy about me. OMG, you're just jealous because I'm better than you at almost everything, even soccer. You wish. I'm the man of the house. I'll do whatever I want whenever I want, and I will make sure to ruin your life. Mama glared at me. Stop annoying my darling boy. Gay or not, at least his room is clean. Look, it's more organized than your entire life, you useless girl. Go clean your room now. My room is always clean. It's just organized in a messy way. And did you ever hear him threatening me like just now? Mama continued blabbering, which made me sleepy, and I yawned. Moments later, I just dropped on the floor and fell asleep. Again. Oh, hi there. My name is Trixie. I'm from the Philippines, and I have a condition called narcolepsy, where I sleep literally anytime and anywhere. But that didn't stop me from stealing my brother's girlfriend to get revenge on him. Like and subscribe to hear my story. You see, my annoying brother was in the same class as mine, and he made my life crazier with this condition. One day, our history teacher was talking about how our country was made up of 7,640 beautiful islands when Christian, Mark's best friend, suddenly went down on his knees and asked me to marry him. Was this for real? Oh, yes, Christian, I do, I will marry you. Suddenly, our teacher kicked my seat and I was wide awake. Detention for sleeping in class again, Trixie. I looked around and saw that everyone was laughing at me, including Christian himself. My stupid brother teased me. Oh, yes, Christian, I do, I will marry you. So freaking stupid. Oh no, had I seriously said that? I had been secretly crushing on Christian since forever, but I'd never admit it because he was my jerk brother's best friend. While on my way to the detention room, I bumped into Christian of all people. He was grinning from ear to ear as he helped me up. So, I heard from a reliable source that you want to marry me. It was just a dream, like, ew, you're not even my type. My heart instantly raced when he leaned in closer and started playing with my hair. You're really cute, you know. Huh? He pressed my nose and gave a wink before leaving. OMG, my heart! Just then, Mark and his girlfriend Julia, the most beautiful girl in school, walked by me. They just pushed me away and continued walking. I landed on the ground and fell asleep right away, and when I woke up, girls were looking differently at me. Were they drooling? I got even more confused at what they were saying. Oh my god, who is he? He's so cute. Have babies with me, new guy. He can ruin my life and I'll thank him. I passed by a locker which had a mirror attached to it and screamed at the top of my lungs when I realized that someone had cut my hair short. I immediately thought of Mark. It was surely him. I stomped over to Julia. Her eyes grew wide upon seeing me. Did he send you to cut my hair? Huh? What are you talking about and who are you? Duh, I'm Trixie. She looked totally shocked and a bit hooked. Mark was gonna pay for this. This is a joke, right? Julia leaned in closer to inspect my face, and our lips almost touched. You look more handsome than your brother. Mark showed up looking very, very jealous. It gave me an idea for a perfect payback by stealing his girlfriend. Babe, what are you doing? I was just telling your sister how she got uglier in short hair. Come on, babe, stop wasting your time on her. He snatched Julia away, and the girl looked back at me and gave me a weird smile. Later that day, I was looking for her and found her watching the soccer practice along with hundreds of other girls. She was surprised when I sat beside her. I tried talking to her, but she was ignoring me. Why couldn't she be like those other girls who were suddenly going crazy over me? Mark turned in our direction, so I grinned and whispered some nonsense in his girlfriend's ear to make it look like we were flirting. Robot potato. Huh? I so wanted to laugh at Julia's face. The girl looked so confused. I was so loving the look of jealousy on Mark's face. Minutes later, I had fallen asleep in the bleachers. And when I woke up, Christian was kicking the ball and flew it in my direction. Thank God I immediately caught it with one hand. Everyone looked very impressed. I really was good at soccer. Christian ran up to me and said, I'm so sorry about that, dude. Wait, Trixie? Is that you? Why did you cut your beautiful hair? His disappointed face made me want to cry. I missed my long hair so much. Because of that, my hatred for my brother grew even more. Somebody cut it while I was sleeping. I bet it was someone insecure. I made sure that Mark heard it. It will grow back again in a month. Don't worry. Anyway, that catch was perfect. You should be our new goalkeeper. The last one is in a coma since he got hit on his head. Mark immediately rejected his idea. Dude, seryoso ka? My sister's a girl and she just messed the game. Try me. Their coach agreed to it, and the next moment I was already standing in the goal box with all the players lined up in front of me, ready to kick the ball. They were all stunned when I caught them all effortlessly. Mark looked like he was about to eat me alive, but Christian was looking very impressed. Oh my God, Trixie, that was so cool. Suddenly, hundreds of girls were running towards me looking like hungry pregnant cats. Oh no, I immediately excused myself and hid inside the janitor's closet. I took out my pillow and instantly fell asleep. When I woke up, I almost screamed upon seeing Julia's face up close. She was on top of me, and she was holding scissors. Panicking, I pushed her away, and she crashed against the janitor's things and knocked them all over, making some loud noise. You stupid girl, why can't you be ugly? I should have cut everything last time. No one should be prettier than me. What? So it was actually her and not Mark? What a psycho. She was about to pull my hair when the door opened, and I came face to face with a shocked Christian, a furious Mark, and the jealous girls behind them. Apparently, it looked like I had just made out with Julia. I swear, at that moment, I wanted to disappear. Julia immediately went after Mark, while I was left with Christian and the other girls. I was about to explain, but he stopped me.
It's okay, Trixie. I understand.
I wanted to run after him, but these furious girls were blocking my way. Could this day get any worse? The soccer finals finally came and I tripped over something out of nervousness. To my surprise, someone picked me up and carried me like we just got married. Christian! What are you doing?
Just making your dreams come true.
I was blushing hardcore when he gently put me on my seat and sat next to me. I wanted to be clear to him that I wasn't a lesbian, but then Mark suddenly squeezed himself between us and they started talking about girls and Mobile Legends. Ugh, boys. When we reached the stadium, the game immediately started and it was intense. The players of our rival school were really good. One of them was already kicking the ball in my direction. I was so confident that I'd catch it, but to my surprise, I tripped again and missed it. I looked down and noticed that I'd actually forgotten to tie my shoelaces. I caught Mark smirking at me. Oh, that jerk was happy I messed the game. Thankfully, I was able to catch the next ones. Things got really boring in the middle of the game, so I fell asleep in the middle of the goal box. Minutes later, I woke up to my brother pouring water over me and the sound of my teammates and everyone screaming at me. Trixie, wake up! I instantly rose to life and saw the current score. It was now a tie, and we only had 10 seconds left. When I got up, a player was now running my way, and oh boy, those legs were scary. All right, Trixie, you're a girl and you're cool. You can stop this. He kicked the ball real hard, and I jumped to reach it and slapped it away. My teammates in the audience rose to cheer for our victory. Christian picked me up and twirled me around like we were happy lovers. You were amazing. He was about to kiss me when Mark interrupted us.
You did great, sis.
I couldn't believe my ears. It was the first time he'd ever said a nice thing about me. Thanks, Skuya. When we came back to school, everyone was treating me like a hero, and the girls were showering me with gifts and marriage proposals. I turned to Christian and gave him a help me look, but he just gave me a very sad look. Did he really think that I was enjoying these girls' attention? Suddenly, I felt brave. I grabbed his face and finally kissed him in front of those girls. He kissed me back, and I had butterflies flapping around wildly in my stomach. I looked for Mark, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I wondered if he was okay. He didn't go to school the next day, and I got a bit worried. One night, I decided to sneak into his room, only to get another shocker when I saw him staring at Christian's picture in his wallet. Oh my God! I thought he was jealous because of Julia, but no, it was because of Christian, his best friend and my crush. Grab it, though. Suddenly he spoke.
I know you're there, sis. Come and sit with your loser brother.
For the first time in my life, I felt sorry for him. I sat beside him, and to my surprise, he hugged me, and his body shook as he cried. You're not a loser, okay? We are not losers. Remember that.
Christian has really liked you since day one, you know. Take care of that jerk for me, okay?
I promise. The rivalry between my brother and I finally came to an end. And as a bonus, I also became Mama's new favorite when I finally cleaned my room.
I was exploring our building when I walked into a strange, empty apartment. The walls and ceilings were all painted blue. Even the tiles on the floor were blue. Suddenly, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I tried to run out, but to my horror, I realized that the door had closed behind me and it was locked. I don't even know how long it took my parents to find me. Hi, I'm Piper, and since that day, I've had cyanophobia. Did you know that it's a fear of the color blue? And people who have it can't look at anything blue without freaking out. I don't even own a pair of blue jeans. If I look at the sky without my tinted glasses, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. So imagine how I felt when I got stuck in the middle of the ocean when I agreed to go with my best friend Tori to her private island. That was the worst day ever. Before I start my story, please subscribe to My Story Animated for the craziest stories ever. Are you sure you can't fix the engine, Conan? What kind of genius are you anyway? Stupid? We were a few miles away from the island, and the yacht's engine had suddenly died. Miss, I told you he can't fix it. We'll have to call some mechanics. Right now, I'll arrange the rowboat for you all to get to the mainland. My stomach churned. It was bad enough being in a yacht, I didn't want to be out there on the open water in a tiny boat. Don't worry, Piper. Just keep your glasses on and I'll hold your hand all the way. Tori was the best. Your glasses are so dorky. They match you pretty well. Ace held out his hand to help me off the boat, and I felt my legs turn to jello. He turned to Tori next. What a gentleman. Thank you, babe. She pulled him in for a long, steamy kiss. I turned away, only to see Lucy looking crushed. As soon as we got inside the house and I took my glasses off, Ace suddenly jumped in front of me, grinning. Hey, Piper, guess the color of my shirt under this jacket. I swear to God, Ace, don't. I looked away when he suddenly unzipped his jacket and laughed his head off. As soon as we'd settled into our rooms, everyone got on their bathing suits and headed straight for the pool, except for me, of course, and Conan, who probably didn't know how to have fun. Tori and Ace were chasing each other around the pool. Boy, Ace looked good. I felt so bad for feeling jealous of Tori. She'd asked me to help Ace with math lately, and stupid me, I'd just gone and fallen in love with him, and he only saw me as a weirdo. I wasn't the only one with a love problem, though. Lucy was trying so hard to get Ace's attention. Hey, Ace, I can hold my breath underwater for a really long time. Why don't you time me? When she came back up a few minutes later, almost blue in the face, Tori and Ace were kissing each other. Even though I didn't like her at all, my heart went out to the poor girl. Just then, Lucy started splashing around in the water like she was drowning. Ace, help! Ace started swimming towards her quickly, but someone else had gotten to her first. It was Conan. He emerged from the pool like a hero, carrying Lucy in his strong arms, and she looked furious. Luce, are you okay? What happened? Nothing. I just got a cramp in my leg. I would have been fine, but hey, thanks, Conan, I guess. I thought you screamed for help. So why didn't you come for me, Ace? God, I was feeling embarrassed for her. Could she be any more obvious? Just then, the yacht captain came running to the pool area. He told Tori that the earliest anyone could come fix it was a week. Tori called home for her private helicopter. Geez, my stupid sister Stacy has taken it on a spa retreat. We won't be able to get it for 3 days. Why is this happening to me? It's probably Conan's fault. He brought bad luck with him. My life suddenly seemed to have turned into something from my favorite channel, My Story Animated. I saw the story of a girl once who got stuck with her crush and his girlfriend in a basement. Who would have thought something like that would ever happen to me? They all came into the house looking bummed out. We were going to miss our own graduation. Everyone started freaking out. I tried to calm them down, so I said, guys, there's nothing we can do but make the most of it. Let's play a game. How about hide and seek? Everyone agreed. Surprisingly, Conan too. We drew straws, and it was Tori's turn first to find the rest. She started counting to 100 as we all slipped away looking for our hiding places. 85, 86, 87. She was almost done, and I still hadn't found a good place to hide. I quickly ducked into a small broom closet at the bottom of the stairs. I nearly had a heart attack when someone put a hand over my mouth. Shh. It's me. You're in my spot. Just be quiet now. Ready or not, here I come. When we heard her footsteps fade away, there was an awkward silence. I'm pretty sure he could hear my heart pounding. So are you afraid of the dark too? No, Ace. I'm not afraid of everything. You know I'm just kidding around with you, right? I wouldn't actually scare you. Well, honestly, my phobia isn't really a laughing matter. He fell quiet. To my shock, I suddenly felt him take my hand. Listen, I'm sorry. I won't bug you again. I could feel him pulling me closer. My head was spinning. Was he going to kiss me? Hey, Piper, there's been something I've been meaning to tell you. Just then, the door opened and we jumped apart. It was Tori, and she didn't look happy. What are you guys doing? Nothing, Tori. I ended up in Ace's hiding place by accident. Did you find the rest? Ace had turned red, and Tori kept looking between the two of us. Oh, I wish I could walk back into the closet and go out the other way, to Narnia or something. She said that she hadn't found the others yet, and I told her we'd help her look. We found Conan pretty quickly. He was hiding under the sheets in his bed, and he was fast asleep. And we all knew where Lucy would be. Somewhere in Ace's room. Let's call it a night, guys. I'm pretty tired. Walk me to my room, babe? Ace followed her, but he turned back to look at me for just a second. As I headed to my room, I couldn't stop thinking about that moment in the closet. What had he wanted to tell me? The next morning, as I was about to head down for breakfast, I heard Ace's voice from his room.
Hey guys, has anyone seen my jacket? I can't find it anywhere.
Just then, Lucy came out of her room, and boy did she look pissed. I can't find any of my lipsticks. I'm going to look like a freaking ghoul without them. Who took them? Tori and I decided to check our stuff too. She found out that someone had taken all her credit cards. To my horror, when I went through my things, I couldn't find my bottle of anti-anxiety pills anywhere. Who would want a bottle of crazy pills?
Hey, don't be mean. Who'd want a bunch of lipsticks?
Guys, there's no one here other than us. Who's doing this? We all exchanged glances when we remembered Conan. Just then, we heard the sounds of things being thrown around and ran to Conan's room. He was sitting on the floor looking scary mad.
Who took my books?
We looked for the missing things, but they seemed to have vanished in thin air. Oh my God, what if this house is haunted?
Don't be silly. Of course it's not.
But Lucy seemed to be getting really worked up. You know what? This getaway was a bad idea, and this is all your fault, Tori. Suddenly, the always nice Tori seemed to lose her patience. Who forced you, Lucy? We all know why you're really here. I didn't even want you to come. Oh, of course you didn't. You just wanted Ace to yourself, right? Duh! He's my freaking boyfriend. Whatever, Tori. I jumped between them and tried to push them apart before they ripped each other's hair out. Get off me, freak.
That's enough.
In case everyone has forgotten, it's my birthday today. That's why we're here. Ace gave her a quick hug and wished her a happy birthday.
Guys, let's not ruin Tori's birthday, okay?
Yeah, let's cut the cake. You'd think we were at a funeral. Everyone looked miserable, but Tori blew out the candles in delight and cut the cake. She picked up a slice and turned to Ace. First one for my babe. Lucy glared at the two of them, grabbed the knife, and took a big piece. Well, here you go, babe. And she shoved the piece in the mouth of a completely unsuspecting Conan. Weirdly enough, he looked really pleased. I'll just cut myself a piece. Nobody seemed to want to hang out, so we all went to our rooms. I was reading a book when Tori came in, carrying Ace's jacket. She said she'd sneaked into Lucy's room to search around while she wasn't there, and she'd found it under her pillow. She told me to come with her. We had to tell Ace. Reluctantly, I followed her to Ace's room. We got the shock of our lives when we found Lucy in his bed. Tori grabbed Lucy by the feet and dragged her out. Are you insane? First you steal all our things, now you're trying to steal my boyfriend? I didn't steal anything, and I don't think your boyfriend likes you all that much. I found the jacket in your room, and Ace loves me. I guess the ghosts in this house put it there because I didn't. And why were you in my room? Why are you in Ace's bed?
What are you all doing here?
Ace had just stepped out of the shower, and for a couple of seconds, all three of us forgot the fight. Damn, he looked hot. Then, Tori started screaming again about how Lucy had stolen their stuff, and they'd found her in his bed. And she said, you didn't love me. Tell her she's crazy. Ace looked strangely nervous.
Of course I do, babe. Can we just stop this and go to bed?
Just then, Conan walked in. He stood staring at us for a few seconds. Then, before we knew it, he seemed to have flown over to the other end of the room, straight at Ace.
Hey, what the hell? Get off me, you ape.
Isn't one girl enough for you? Do you always have to take them all?
Why don't you take them all and get out of my room? I'm so sick of everyone.
Tori looked furious and stormed out of the room. Lucy followed her in a huff, and I quickly slipped out too. I couldn't wait to go back home. I'd had enough of all this drama. I woke up the next morning to my worst nightmare. Everything in my room was blue. I screamed and dove under the bed. No, this couldn't be happening. I could feel my chest getting tighter and everything closing in on me. It felt like I was 8 again, stuck in that apartment. Suddenly, I felt a hand reach out to me.
Piper, are you okay? Let's go, and keep your eyes closed.
While I sat on the bed with my eyes shut tight, I could hear Ace going around the room. When he told me I could open them, I saw all the blue sheets were gone. I couldn't stop crying. I need my inhaler. I pointed to the drawer, but when he opened it, it wasn't there. Ace quickly took a brown paper bag and told me to breathe in and out of it. He held me close while I calmed down. Oh my God. Ace, why'd you have to be so nice? Just then, Tori walked in, but before she could say anything, Ace explained that he'd heard my scream and came to see what had happened. Tori looked horrified. I can't believe someone would do that. It's that Lucy, of course. She's always making fun of you. Where is she, by the way? We looked around for Lucy, but she wasn't anywhere in the house. We peeped in Conan's room, and he wasn't there either. When we went downstairs, I suddenly noticed something out of the window. Tori? Where's your yacht? We all ran out to where it had been docked, and it was nowhere in sight. Suddenly, Ace spotted a note stuck to a tree. Thanks for bringing your genius brother along. He finally managed to fix the engine. I hate all of you, including you, Ace. I hate you for not loving me back. I hope you all rot on that stupid haunted island. Hate, Lucy. Tori was about to blow a fuse. She called home and could hardly explain what had happened because of the weak signal. She threw her phone on the ground in frustration. I'd never seen her so mad. I guess we'll get home tomorrow, Tori. It's okay. Tori tried to calm down and forced a smile. Yes, you're right. We get another day on the island without those two losers. It'll be fun. Tori said her parents had a few boats and jet skis in the shed, so we could have some fun on the water. I was still feeling really shaken about what had happened that morning, so I told her I'd sit it out on the beach. You should join us, Piper. We'll go on the rowboat. Just keep your glasses on and just hold on to me all the way, okay? Promise, you'll be fine. How could I say no to him? Tori also encouraged me, so I decided to go with them. Just as Ace was about to push the boat out into the water, Tori said, "Hey babe, can you run back to the house and get my sunscreen? I forgot to put it on and I'll get burnt." Ace ran off to the house and suddenly, Tori snatched the glasses off my face. What are you doing? My boyfriend is in love with you, Piper. And don't even act as if you don't know that. I asked you to help him study, and look what you did. I don't know what you're talking about. Please, give me my glasses back. He has been planning to break up with me after my birthday. I hoped he'd see on this getaway what a freak you are. I stole everyone's stuff. Messing around with everybody, especially that idiot Lucy, was just an added bonus. And I made your room blue. I stared at her, horrified, as she jumped off the boat and pushed it into the water. It's really you I want to punish, Piper. You stole my boyfriend. And with that, she walked away with the oars while the boat was carried farther away by the waves. I was going to die. I couldn't take this. I closed my eyes and hid my face in my knees. Just then, I heard the sound of a machine, and I barely opened my eyes to see Ace racing towards me on a jet ski. Oh, my knight in shining armor. He stopped next to the boat, and with shaking hands and legs, I somehow made it onto the jet ski behind him. My eyes shut tight. I'm so sorry she did that, Piper. She must have read my text to a friend. I was planning to break up with her because I've kind of fallen for someone else. Who? Open your eyes. I promise, it's not that bad. I did, and holding on to him tight, this was the least afraid I'd felt in a really long time. He turned around and kissed me, and of course, I kissed him back. I couldn't believe the crazy events of the past few days had led me to Ace. Of course, we're no longer friends with Tori and Lucy. I've enrolled in therapy for my phobia, and I have a long way to go, but I'm slowly making progress. I got a delivery on my doorstep today. I chose roses because they're not blue. That would be my life without you. Jeez, he's so lame.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and I'm from Miami. Please like and subscribe. I remember being 5 years old and Mom and Dad throwing me the biggest party ever. We were all so happy until Dad got a phone call and his smile changed and stayed that way for a very long time. The company Dad worked for caught fire. From there onwards, our entire lives started going downhill, and sometimes I felt he blamed me. Once when I was 10 and we took a walk through the park, I saw the ice cream truck and ran to it. And Dad immediately pulled me back and said the most hurtful thing ever. "You know I don't have enough for ice cream, so please ask before you just run to things. We're already in enough debt because of that stupid birthday party we had for you." I stood looking at him with tears in my eyes, and he didn't even care. Then suddenly, this girl tapped me on my shoulder. "You can have some of my ice cream." She had the prettiest smile. "Thank you so much. You're so sweet." She introduced herself as Lisa and she was new in town. We immediately became best friends, but little did I know that Lisa had a crazy side to her. Once when we were in 5th grade, she stole the answer papers for a big test, and because she was my best friend, the principal called me in for questioning as well. I was so mad at her.
Lisa, what you did was wrong. Now everybody thinks I'm a bad kid. I'm so sorry, Taylor. It's just that I really struggle with studying. Please forgive me.
Fine, I'll still be your friend on one condition. We study together. We used to study at my house all the time. And then when I was in 7th grade, I asked to see her house for a change. Lisa tried coming up with so many excuses, but I found it strange that she knew everything about my life, but I knew nothing about her life. So, when we were in the 8th grade, I insisted that we study at her house. Her house was average size like mine, but her mom was a monster. When I entered her house, I saw her mom and she was ugly. I couldn't believe she gave birth to a pretty girl like Lisa. No shoes allowed inside the house. Lisa immediately ran down and fetched me, and we ran back up and shut the door. Her room was so neat, like nothing was out of place.
I'm sorry about my mom. She's a bit of a neat freak.
I stay in my room most of the time to stay out of everybody's way. I felt so sorry for Lisa. No wonder she's always getting into trouble. Her home is so scary to live in. After that day, I told her she could come to my house whenever she felt like it. But little did I know, that was a mistake. This one time when I was in 10th grade, I entered my house with Lisa and my parents were having an argument. What are we gonna do? The bank gives us less than a month to pay or else we have to move out? Where will we go? I don't know. We could ask your brother for help. I couldn't handle this, so I ran out of the house with Lisa behind me.
Taylor, wait!
My mind and heart were racing as I ran through a nearby forest. I froze and Lisa bumped into my back. Shh, we have to hide. There was a boy digging a hole in the ground, so I quickly pulled Lisa and hid behind a big oak tree.
What's going on?
I don't know. Looks like he's digging a hole. The boy had a hoodie on, so we couldn't see his face. And then we saw him place a big bag in the hole. Lisa kept bumping her head into mine to take a closer look, and then stepped onto a stick, which made the boy look our way. We both held hands tightly with our hearts racing, hoping he didn't see us. He didn't because after a couple of seconds, he left. Okay, we can go now.
Let's go see what he put in the hole.
Lisa, no. What if he comes back? She didn't hear a word I said and went skipping to the spot where the suitcase was buried, and then started digging with her hands. This is none of our business. I think we should go. What if we find a body in the suitcase? We could be heroes and on the news. How can a body fit in such a small bag? Lisa had such a wild imagination. I wish I had her courage sometimes, but this time, she was out of hand. Eventually, she got to the bag, and when she opened it, our mouths dropped. The bag was filled with money. Oh my God, we are rich. No, we have to put it back.
Are you crazy? You need this money.
You heard your parents. If you don't pay the bank, you and your parents won't have a house. All that money was so tempting after what she reminded me about, but my conscience would haunt me day and night. It's still wrong to take someone's money. Put it back. When I tried to take the bag out of Lisa's hand, she tugged back, refusing to do the right thing. And while we were at it, the boy with the hoodie appeared and stood in front of us. We both screamed and ran for our lives as Lisa still held on to the bag. What are you doing? Just throw the bag down. Are you crazy? This is ours now. The boy was right behind us, and Lisa suddenly picked up a rock and aimed it at the boy's foot, making him trip. I felt so bad for him, and yet still continued running away. When we got to my house, I shut the door of my room, and Lisa placed the bag on my bed, smiling widely. It's time to celebrate, girl. What? I'm flippin' freaking out here. You took the boy's money and then hurt the poor boy. Well, that'll teach him to never hide his money in a hole again. We have to take it back. Lisa ignored me and started taking some money out of the bag and then took the rest with her. I took my half and you have yours. Now go to the bank and help your parents out. Before I could refuse, she left, and I was left standing gazing at a pile of money on my bed. I did not sleep well that night, and when I went down to get a glass of milk, I found Dad in the kitchen with his head down on the table. It looked like he was crying. Dad, are you okay? No, Taylor, I'm not okay, but you need to go to bed. My heart sank when I saw the agony on his face, so I ran back to my room, grabbed a stack of cash, and left it on the table in front of him. There, now you can pay the mortgage. Taylor, Where did you get all this money from? Please don't be mad. I sat down and told Dad the whole story, and instead of taking the money, he looked upset. Tomorrow, we will go back to the woods, find that boy, and give him back his money. This is not how we do things, Taylor. But Dad, it wasn't me. Dad wouldn't hear me out, but when I got up in the morning, Dad was gone. When I told Lisa what happened, she started freaking out. What is up with you and your family? I hope this doesn't get me into any trouble because I already spent some of the money. As you can see, I'm all Gucci covered. He's not gonna get you into trouble, but he's right. We should give... While I was explaining to Lisa, her eyes widened, and when I looked behind me, the boy with the hoodie was in our school. How did you get through the gates? I go to this school. Now give me back what you stole. We don't know what you're talking about, and we've never seen you before in our life. If you don't give me back that bag, I'm gonna make your lives a living nightmare. Lisa pushed past him, and I walked nervously behind her. She didn't feel an ounce of guilt, but all that changed when we went out for recess and found both our lockers on fire. Oh my God, Lisa, we have to give back that boy's money. No way, I'm telling the principal. There should be a CCTV camera for this. The school tried looking at the cameras, but it was all blank. And as we walked home after school, the boy stood in front of us looking like a freaking creep from a horror movie. Don't be scared of him, Taylor. He's just a kid. Why don't we just give him back the money and then he'll leave us alone? You should listen to your friend. But instead, she pushed him and he flung out a bottle of skunk juice and threw it all over her. She screamed and ran home crying. I'll get you your money back. Just give me some time. Fine, but if I don't have it by tomorrow morning, you don't want to know what's next. When I got home, I found Mom and Dad smiling and looking cheerful. Hey, Taylor, you saved us from losing the house. What are you talking about? Well, I know I gave you a lecture last night, but after you went to bed, I spoke to your mom and she suggested that we pay off our debts and then save up again to pay back the boy in the forest. No, you don't understand. The boy is in my school, and Lisa and I have to pay him back. My parents came with me to school the next day to speak to the boy, but he never came to school. We tried the next day as well, and he still wasn't around. So I took my parents to the forest, and we walked for miles, looking for a cabin or a house, but there was nothing. It was like this boy just vanished. Lisa was over the moon, and soon after, when we were in 11th grade, she started acting very strange towards me. Like this one time, while she was standing in line at the cafeteria and I approached her from behind, she just shrieked. Gosh, Taylor, you don't need to frighten people like that. It's really not funny. Calm down, Lisa. What's gotten into you? Just wait for me at the table. I felt a little taken aback, but I did as she said. And while we were eating lunch, she kept looking behind her. Are you gonna tell me what's wrong? Listen, I think I'm just gonna sit at the library during my lunch from now on. Okay, I don't mind the library. No, I want to be there by myself. After that, she just got up and left. And when I tried reaching out to her again after school, she just pushed me so hard that I injured my arm. And she didn't even care. I told you to stay away from me. Have you lost your mind or something? My arm is injured. Well, go tell that to someone who cares. Lisa's actions made no sense. I wanted to be angry with her, but we had such a deep history. It was really hard for me to just leave her like that. I managed to get a Band-Aid for my arm, and then I decided to pay Lisa a visit. No matter what was said, I needed to know what was going on. When I got to her house, I was surprised to see her sitting with some boy in her yard, so I hid behind the wall to figure out what was actually going on. Whatever they were talking about made Lisa cry, and then I decided to bravely face them. Hi, Lisa. What's going on? Taylor, I told you to stay away from me. You know I can't do that. You're my best friend. Who's this? The guy she was with turned to me and smiled wickedly. Hi, Taylor. I am Jerry. You're that guy from the forest. I tried looking for you. Yeah, right. Because of you and your friend, my dad fell into a coma because I didn't have the money to pay the doctors. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Well, sorry doesn't fix the mess. Are you back for revenge now? Lisa, what did he say to you? Is this the reason you've been pushing me away? I was trying to protect you. He threatened to hurt you if I didn't help him with stealing and shoplifting. I told him we weren't friends anymore, and I had to act like it in case he was watching us. Jerry suddenly grabbed me and Lisa started screaming. Take me instead, please, leave her alone. I'm the one who insisted on taking the money, please. Too late. Now, you will never see your friend again. You better not follow us or tell anyone. I tried to kick him, but he was too strong. He took me to a part of the forest I had never been to before, and into a neatly built house. If you let me go, I'll try and get back all your money. You're funny. Do you know how many years my father worked to make all that? But then why didn't he just put it in a bank? Because we don't trust banks, and we don't trust people, because they lie and steal like you and your friend did. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna keep you here, and then ask for a ransom. But my parents are not millionaires. Yeah, but they're richer than your loser friend's parents. And no problem if they're not. They'll just have to sell the house they paid for with my money. Then he started pacing up and down like a mad person. My eyes fell on a long vase. I took a bold step, grabbed the vase and knocked him down. And then I ran as fast as I could. But then he was right behind me. When he eventually caught up to me, I screamed my lungs out, and Lisa came running with the police. My parents hugged me tight and Dad apologized for everything. Jerry was arrested, and when Lisa and I watched the news later that evening, we found out that Jerry's father was a criminal who robbed banks and the police were looking for a very long time. So he lied to us? His father was not in a coma. It was their plan to get more money. Well, at least they're in prison where they belong. And no more secrets and no more stupidity. Can you do that? Yes for secrets. No for stupidity. Yeah, she might do crazy things, but she always has my back. One good friend is always better than 1,000.
Some superheroes strut around in capes, while others rock pixie boots and a trendy poncho. Because, yes, you are looking at a real superhero. Hi, I'm Annie, and I'm from New Jersey. Don't be fooled by my cute pink locks and dazzling big blue eyes, because as it turns out, I'm also a bit of a crazy, jealous maniac. You know, every superhero has a weakness. Mine was my dad. My dad was the center of my world. Mom left when I was 3, so it was always me and him. We'd hang out all day, and he'd do whatever I wanted.
Let's jump on your bed and then go fishing for sharks in the park.
I've just made the bed and it's raining outside, but whatever makes you happy, my angel.
My dad was the best. He was my superhero. We did everything together and made a big effort to share each other's interests. For example, he learned the names of all the dogs from Paw Patrol.
You're such a Sky.
In return, I learned to play chess, which was Dad's favorite game.
Kapow! That's a check and a mate.
One time, when I had a high fever, I asked him not to leave my side for 1 minute.
I promise, Annie, I never will.
And I totally believed him. He even made a pulley system to get the Uber food delivery to my bedroom window without leaving my room. But then, the worst thing happened. A couple of days later, instead of making me breakfast, he grabbed his car keys and let a babysitter in.
I must go to work today, Angel Annie. Teresa will look after you.
No, Daddy, I'll go with you.
I'm sorry, sweetie. I have to go alone. It's for the best.
Why?
Because we need the money to live.
Fine. If you want to leave, you'll have to step over me, and everyone knows that's bad luck.
And to my surprise, he actually stepped over me to leave. I hated babysitters and caused as many problems as I could to get my dad to come back. He used to be late for work pretty much every day and had to sneak out during lunch and leave early to take care of me. So you can imagine what happened next.
I got fired.
Yay! Daddy's at home forever! Yeah!
I was ecstatic, thinking things would go back to normal when I got the biggest shock of my life, kindergarten. I cried all the way and threw a total hissy fit at the front gates.
Why?
To learn and get a good job when you're older.
Jobs suck!
You'll make lots of friends.
Friends suck!
I hated it and let everybody know that I did.
I hate it! Stop!
Dad got more calls from the kindergarten than the principal's secretary. I know what you're thinking. I was a little monster. And yes, I was. I just couldn't help it. I wanted to be with my dad so bad. Soon, kindergarten turned to school, but things didn't improve. I felt so alone and sad without my dad, and I was always getting into trouble. But then one day, I got the best news ever.
I know how unhappy you are at school, so I talked with the principal and I'll take a job at your school as a janitor. This way, we can spend all the time you you want together, and I can have a job. God knows we need the money. I know it's not glamorous, but would it be too embarrassing for you?
What? Just you and me again? This is the best job ever!
But there is one condition. You must behave, because if not, I'll get fired. You promise?
Oh, I promise. Pinky promise!
And for some years, things were amazing. We drove to school and worked together, sat together at lunch, and whenever he'd go past my classroom mopping the floor, he'd give me a goofy wave. For the first time, I focused on my schoolwork because I didn't want to mess up our arrangement. Other kids were even inviting me to parties.
You should go. Make some friends.
Maybe you could come with me?
Annie, you must learn to do things without me. Rely on other people.
Really? Maybe you're right. I guess I can go for like half an hour. Nah, let's just hang out here and watch TV. But then it all changed. I was supposed to be meeting some peeps at the movies, but then remembered Dad's favorite TV show was on, so I decided to go back home and watch it with him. But when I opened the door, I found that Dad was having dinner with a woman with candles and flowers on the table.
Annie, Angel, I wasn't expecting you. This is Fern, my new friend.
Hello, Annie. I've heard so much about you. It's great to meet you at last. Funny, I've heard absolutely nothing about you.
I was hoping we'd spend some time with Fern, Amy.
Three's a crowd. Suddenly, I felt so jealous. Why would he want to spend time with her and not me? Soon, Fern became a permanent fixture at our place. Despite my grumpy face when she was around, she was always super nice to me. Wanna hit the shops? I have the biggest discount card. Maybe you can use it to buy another book on winning over skeptical teenagers. And at school, Dad was always calling her. She even joined us for lunch some days. I tried to do everything to get his attention when they were together. Like the time in the canteen, she'd made us all sandwiches, and I pretended to choke.
Poison!
But they were too busy staring into each other's eyes to notice. Soon, Fern moved into the house. And even though I kept moving her things around, she was always calm and supportive. You can always talk to me about anything, you know. I'm fine. You and your dad have such a special relationship. I wouldn't want to come between you two. Well, cheers for that. You can rely on me too. I'll always have your best interests at heart. Yikes, is that the time? Gotta run. It felt like Dad was slipping away from me. But at the same time, I was also starting to become independent. During that time, I joined the chess club and quickly showed talent. No doubt thanks to all those games with my dad. I even won the school tournament and got invited to represent the school in an international tournament in Belgium. I knew it was a life-changing trip, but I also knew that my dad's job as a janitor didn't pay much. He would not be able to afford the expenses of such a trip, so I had to decline the offer. I was pretty sad about it, and soon things got even worse. That same afternoon, I got to class, and one of the more popular girls was sitting in my seat, slurping on a milkshake and making fun of me.
Look at me. I'm Annie, and I'm so lame because my dad's my BFF.
Great, that's really mature. Now move your butt from my seat.
Oh no, you better call your personal janitor to clean up this mess.
What mess? I shouldn't have asked, as she threw her milkshake on the floor on purpose.
This mess? What are you waiting for? You better call Daddy.
I jumped on her and tipped the rest of the milkshake over her, and that's when the teacher intervened. I got after-school detention. I was really scared that Dad would find out, but thankfully, he went home after finishing his shift. I was super relieved. But then, on my way out from detention, I heard a weird rustling noise from one of the classrooms. That's odd. Everybody went home already. I thought it was best to get out of there, but suddenly, a man in a ski mask rushed out of a classroom, holding a bag full of the school laptops. Oh no, a thief! I froze in my spot as he spotted me and stopped for a few seconds, then started running down the hallway. As he ran past me, he accidentally hit me with the bag of laptops, and I yelled in pain as I stumbled to the floor.
Oh my god, are you okay?
I looked up in shock as I recognized that voice. Dad? Suddenly, he dropped the bag and ran down the hallway and out of the school. I tried to follow him, but he was too fast. So I sprinted home, and there he was, Dad, completely out of breath and with the ski mask in his hand. The first thing he told me was to keep my voice down so Fern wouldn't hear. Dad, seriously? Stealing from the school? Are you crazy?
Annie, you've got it all wrong.
Oh, really? Ski mask? Swag bag? Come on!
Keep it down, will you? We can't let Fern hear this.
Start talking.
I did it for you, Annie. Professor Parker told me about the chess tournament and the trip to Belgium. He told me that you turned him down without even telling me. I want the best for you. I don't want you to lose out on something like this because of me, but the moment I saw you, I knew I couldn't go through with it. Now, we can't let the police know. They'll lock me up. If you think about it, no harm was done, nothing was stolen, so everything's great.
Of course, everything wasn't great. While his intentions were sweet, he made a huge mess in school. The principal had reported the attempted robbery to the authorities, and I had to testify in front of the police as the only witness. I couldn't turn in Dad, so I had to lie. I told them that the thief was super short and had green hair. I hoped to keep a low profile about the whole thing, but the next day at school, I was treated like a hero. The girl who saved the school. My hair would have just frizzed out in fear. You're like a real superhero now. Yep, I guess that's me. Wanna hang out with us and tell us all about it? And oh, let's snap a selfie. I need to boost my feed with some genuine hero vibes. But the worst thing was, since I caught Dad red-handed, he'd become increasingly clingy and hardly left my side. I guess he was scared I'd confess the truth, but it was really annoying. Like when this really cute boy Warren, who I liked but I didn't think had ever noticed me, talked to me.
Hey, Annie, I'd love to take you out for a burger. Sorry, she's busy.
Dad?
Come on, hun, it's lunchtime. The first one to our seat wins the pudding.
Sorry, Warren. I'll just have to go now. A burger soon, though.
Sure.
But soon, I started hanging out with Warren and his new friends all the time, while Dad's excuses to drop by became increasingly awkward and downright embarrassing.
I came by to check if you seen my lost, mop. Thought I might have wandered into your classroom.
And he'd always pick the worst times to barge in.
I think I'm falling for you in a big way. I think we need to clear the air here.
Dad! I'd had enough, and on the way home, I thought of ways to let him down gently. But I ended up screaming the truth at him in the driveway. Dad, it's time for a reality check. You can't shadow me forever. How about picking up a hobby that doesn't involve stalking me? You're suffocating me. Then he looked down and rolled his puppy dog eyes. I began to feel very guilty. But then, big news popped up on my phone. A very short man with green hair had been arrested for the school robbery. And it was all because of me.
Annie, we must go on the run.
No, Dad. You need to confess. Confess to what? And suddenly, we both turned around, and Fern was standing there with the groceries.
To not cleaning the bathroom properly.
You have never cleaned it properly, Annie.
Oh, I think my sock drawer needs some reorganizing.
Annie, you can tell me anything. I'll always take your side. You can trust me.
I didn't tell Fern. I thought she wouldn't understand. I tried to forget the whole thing, but I felt so guilty. That innocent guy was in jail because of me and my dad, and we needed to set the record straight. But I just couldn't turn my father over to the police. That night, I didn't sleep at all. I was so angry at my dad that the next morning, I skipped breakfast and took the bus to school. But when I got there, I saw him getting into a cop car. Dad! Loads of people were standing around, watching and filming, and I was mortified. I tried to make my way through, but when I reached the police car, it drove away from the school. Then the principal came over and pointed at me. Warren and my friends were shocked.
It seems Annie isn't a superhero after all. She was an accomplice to her dad.
I've never felt such deep shame. If I had superpowers, I'd have vanished right there or zapped myself to the North Pole. I covered my face, crying, and was ready to run away from there, but a cop caught my arm. Time to face the music and confess. But when I finally told the truth, I felt like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. They let me off with just a warning since I was a minor, and my dad took full responsibility. Fern came to pick me up, and I was enraged with her. I knew she couldn't be trusted. How could you betray us like that?
I must confess that I heard you guys whispering around. I quickly understood what was happening, and I knew I had to step in. You didn't deserve to live with that huge secret and with the guilt. I knew it was the right thing to call the police, and I was about to do it, but then I just couldn't. Not to save your dad, but because I know how close you guys are and how devastating it would be for you. I just didn't want to hurt you.
I started crying. Thank you, Fern, for everything, and I'm sorry for being a brat with you. Fern hugged me firmly, and I hugged her back. During those hard times, we became really close. She took me home and stood firmly by my side through it all. But if you didn't turn him in, then who did? Some weeks later, they allowed me to visit Dad.
I confess everything myself. It was unfair that someone else was arrested, and it felt even worse that you lied for me. I was afraid you'd start hating me for dragging you into my mess, so I gave myself up. I'm so sorry for being such a terrible dad.
Dad started crying, and I soon joined in.
No, Dad, you've been the best. I'm sorry I've been so difficult, and you don't need to feel like I'm missing out on anything. Promise, you won't ever do anything like this again.
Pinky promise.
And now, a few months later, Dad has been released, and we're moving with Fern to a new city for a fresh start. And I'm looking forward to making new friends.